Here we go.
Do 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 do.
Guys, my brother's a dragon.
That's crazy.
Almost forgot about that.
I think
You hold up a 1.
No,
Be a 0.
I got
Zero.
a 1. Oh,
we're no.
Oh, it'd be the other way.
1.
I'm still right.
we did it!
100.
Yeah!
We did it.
What's up,
was
fanboys and
right.
fangirls? We made it. I bet you nobody thought, not even us, that we'd make it past like 5.
No.
But we're here at episode. Let's mess that up. Episode 100 of What the Fanboy. My name is Luke. I gotta say that for like the 90-something time.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Mr. Tyler.
What's up? What's up? And to the right, as always, for like 70 episodes now.
It's been a while.
Somewhere in that window of time.
Around
40.
So 60. The beautiful bread ice.
59.
I've been there about 2/3. Here about 2/3 of the time.
He was gone. He was gone last week.
Dang it. 68.
Ah. Yeah. We changed up the set this week. If you're listening on audio, and you always listen on audio, it won't feel any different.
We got tired of being uncomfortable.
Actually, I had some water in my basement, so everything like outside of this room, it's just chaos. But in here, I was like, you know what? Let's bring episode for 100. Let's bring us back a little bit more to our roots.
100.
When we were just recording on a audio only on a couch.
Yeet.
So yeah, we got the couch out.
This is a huge throwback. Also, this couch is comfy.
It's super comfy.
It's a very comfy couch.
I love it.
So no complaints there.
My butt always hurts on those chairs.
I missed you guys last week. Thanks for the good show.
We tried.
You did great.
Thanks.
We really tried. I don't know what was going on really with the hissing.
Yeah, we couldn't figure it out.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You didn't notice it?
No.
That's good.
Perfect.
We were recording it last week.
I'm more nervous that I don't know what you're talking because it's my house and something was hissing.
Yeah, there was a snake.
Yeah, maybe.
Was one of the cats hissing at you?
No.
No, that would have been
okay.
easier to sort out.
We didn't know if it was.
Probably true.
We didn't know if it was the air conditioner or one of the cords
Oh.
that was like messing up. But like
For a while, we had ourselves convinced it was the AC,
The AC.
vent.
yeah,
But then
it was getting so loud, and like it was just we just did audio, so I had my headphones on, and I just heard this, and I'm like, okay, something's going on.
I mean, it could be.
So
I don't
there's
know.
two- there's
But it
two
sounded-
edits
it
in that
sounded
episode.
Fine. It sounded fine.
good.
I listened to it on the beach.
Okay, shut up.
It was.
I don't care about your dang beach. No, I don't. Well, tell me.
Yeah. So I've got an extra week to catch up on here. I went
to the beach too.
You did this last week.
But I'll let you tell your story first. Your beach was probably a lot better.
Yeah, we went to Florida, family vacay. It was a lot of fun. Got some sun. Claire went on her first flight ever, and got to see the ocean.
How'd she do on the flight?
She did great on the flight. Oh, we gave her an iPad and headphones, and she just was like tuned out for an hour and a half or however long her flights were.
Very nice.
So, yeah, got to watch the Game of Thrones season finale down there, which we haven't really talked about.
We haven't.
I don't know if we want to talk about it today. That might be a separate.
That's probably a
definitely
separate.
episode.
Yeah.
We have too much to get through today.
What were your quick thoughts on it? Did you like it?
I thought it was fine.
Okay, moving on. We'll save the rest for when we really want to yell at each other.
Exactly. Yeah, but other than that, fairly uneventful. Got back from vacation, had a little water, so I got to destroy the setup, the studio in here, and
It rained a bit.
take it all out into the other room and clean it up and kind of put it back together temporarily. I mean,
Works.
It works. We'll see what we're going to do with it next, but I mean, it served us up into the 100th episode. How is it going to serve us better for the next 100? We don't know, but we'll find out.
Will we even be in this room?
Probably not.
Yeah. Who knows?
Next week.
Yeah, next week we'll still be in this room. But
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Other than that, this week I saw a bunch of movies, which we'll talk about. I'm sure John Wick, Aladdin, and Godzilla. So
We kind of talked about John Wick while you were away.
you did, didn't you? Yeah.
He says he listened to the episode, but
really did.
What a liar!
liar. Or he's just old and can't remember.
I can't remember things. I am very old. John Wick was really good. I think
retire.
I kind of describe it as like I like each action set piece by itself, but like when they're all strung together, it was an exhausting movie for me. And I think that's kind of the point, but it was almost too much nonstop.
They stop in the middle of fights sometimes.
Yeah, and then have a little
reload.
a little one-liner and like
Out of respect
hey,
for each other.
I really like you and you're my hero. Now let me go try and murder you. No, it was good, and I really the action scene or the scene in Casablanca.
I think it was
Was it
Casablanca.
Casablanca?
You're right.
The one with the dogs.
The one with the dogs.
Halle
was
Berry's.
amazing. It was
man.
so good. And then one of the final scenes with the
The glass room.
no, actually the
division scene.
division scene was fantastic. The glass room got really long.
That
for
one
me.
feels really long, yeah.
That one, yeah. But good movie overall. I would probably give it a low fanboy worthy.
Sweet.
So yeah.
Love it. Do you want to announce our first giveaway?
That's right.
What?
Yeah.
It's episode 100, so we have 100 giveaways. Wait, no, that's not. That's not right.
One for each listener.
JK. So because of the water in the basement, I've been going through a bunch of stuff, and I found something that I thought someone might appreciate, might like, that I am willing to part with, and that is
Not if I win first.
my very own Jurassic Park Adventure Pack. This is
that has the best one in it. Jurassic Park 3.
I hate you. This is the first 3 Jurassic Park movies. It's on DVD, so not anything crazy, but it's something that I'm willing to part with. And it's not signed or anything, so don't get too excited.
I'll sign it. I'll sign it.
If you want Luke to sign it, if you end up winning it and you want us to sign it, we'll sign it. If
I don't know why
you don't want us to sign it, we will not.
I do not know why you'd want to sign it.
You never know, man. People like weird
so
stuff.
to win this, all you have to do is go to on this video on YouTube or on SoundCloud. So if you're listening to this through some third-party app or like the Apple Podcast, go to SoundCloud, find this. If you watch this on YouTube, just comment on this and comment what your favorite dinosaur is.
Yes.
And we'll put all of those names, people who entered, in a hat, and we'll draw it out, and we'll announce that next week. All of the winners will be announced on that next week episode. So, yeah. There's Jurassic Park Adventure Pack is our first giveaway item.
Na 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 na.
Comes exclusively with Luke's audio.
All the soundtrack in that version is me singing.
We've actually redubbed it.
Could you imagine redubbing a movie with us making
Just
noises?
us. We should try that for like a scene of a movie.
I would be so down.
That would be so fun.
I want to do it so bad.
Okay, we'll do that sometime.
Instead of doing another commentary,
That's what we're gonna do. One scene.
we're gonna do our own soundtrack for the whole entire movie.
I love it.
That would be so frustrating to listen to.
That would be amazing.
Especially like listen if it was like Inception.
Or Annihilation. We should do it. I vote we do it.
I vote we do it.
That takes the place of commentaries.
Hey, the
from
rest would
now
be easy
on.
though, because just be.
But then we can do all the Foley effects. Do we have to redub like their voices too?
No, just like the violins
We
and
could
the tubas.
we could
Just the
DJ
music?
Michi Meech the whole movie. You ever seen Kung?
Hi-ya!
Have you ever seen Kung Pao?
Oh,
Have you guys ever seen that movie? That's what
that
DJ
is
Michi Meech is
fantastic.
good at.
Yeah.
He could do that.
So
Oh.
I was at the beach. Tyler, you said you were at the beach.
I
Tell me
was.
about your beach experience.
I went back home last week. I flew out last Saturday. My little brother graduated high school, so shout out to that dude. Congrats. He's moving here in a couple weeks.
Yes.
So he'll
few
be on
weeks.
as a special guest.
You've met him. He's not going to get in front of
Yeah,
the camera.
I know.
he's just gonna replace Tyler.
Sure.
We need some younger blood on here to counteract what
Old
Brett has
man
got
Brett
going
over
on.
there.
What are they saying about me over there?
But no, I went to an Orioles game while I was back home. I kayaked to the beach, which was really fun. It was about a little over a mile to get there on a kayak. So that was a lot of fun. Current was like on us the whole way, so like getting there took a little longer than I thought it would. But it's nothing like the Florida
ocean.
beach. Yeah, no.
The Florida ocean.
But it was a lot of fun. I also knocked out Jeff Johns' New 52 Shazam run. I finished all of that on the plane last night. I read Infinite Crisis, which is the follow-up to Crisis on Infinite Earths, also by Jeff Johns, in one sitting on the plane last night. I got delayed. I got home at 5 a.m. this morning. so I'm doing great. I'm pretty tired.
I'm glad you're here, though.
Yeah, I don't want to be,
I
but
know.
I am.
I feel like one of us needs to be tired.
Yeah.
Dedication.
Yeah. And then I started Final Crisis, which is the final part of the Crisis storyline by Grant Morrison. So really good so far. Really nervous about how many people are going to die because everybody dies in these stories. I watched some more Doom Patrol. I watched episodes 6 and 7. A little behind, working on catching up on that. But I also watched another DC Universe show that aired on Friday, or went live on Friday, called Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
I do watch this.
So Brett had kind of mentioned before the show wanting to hear our thoughts on it.
So real quick, I saw the final trailer for it, and I was like, that doesn't look too bad. And now I get to hear exactly what you guys think.
So I'll give you my my rating right away. It's a booyah. I thought it was so good.
It's not a booyah for me, but it is.
I thought it was
It is
so good.
great. It's
Okay.
It is so gross that some people just
Is not
no. Just like
I think if you know what you're getting into, it could be a booyah.
there was a scene
But, yeah.
in it that was just almost.
And it was a scene I texted you about.
Yeah,
'Cause you're
and
like,
I was-
I hope it's not too gross. And I'm like, well, there's one scene that's probably going to be a little gross. But
the autopsy scene.
it's in the trailer.
was
But it's not as detailed.
It was disgusting, and it looked incredible.
Yeah, it looked really
Like,
good.
It was. I'm pretty sure it was almost all practical, which is crazy.
Most of the show is practical,
Yeah.
which is just mind-boggling.
Yeah,
to
but
me.
yeah, I give it a fanboy worthy for comic book fans, I guess, and then also
Horror
if maybe you
fans.
don't like comic books but you like horror stuff, I'd say you would like it.
Yeah.
I think you should check it out.
Did you catch the Blue Ranger at the beginning?
No.
Did you notice that was him?
Nope.
The kid on the boat. You know what I'm talking about? The kid who had the laptop at the beginning of the episode.
That was from the newest Power Rangers?
yeah, that was him.
He'd fared a lot better in the Power Rangers movie. Poor kid.
Yeah.
Spoilers, sorry.
Yeah, super dead.
Um,
But no, it's really good. I'm kind of it's kind of a spoiler, but the guy who plays Alec Holland,
he's so good.
I really, really hope that he is in the show more.
Yeah. Andy Bean,
Sure,
I think is his name. Andy
he's
Bean
incredible.
and Crystal Reed, the girl who plays Abby Arcane, have
Their
incredible
chemistry is off the charts.
Yeah.
Like I wanted more scenes of them just sitting in a room talking.
Yeah.
Like I could just do the whole show like that. Like they're so good, and I really look forward to where it goes. There's a cool little like Remember the Titans reunion scene. I kind of texted you about it. Will Patton and the guy from Brightburn. He's the cop in Brightburn.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
same guy. They're in the scene together and they hug, and I was like, man, that's kind of cool. It was obviously they did that on purpose.
Yeah.
But no, the show's really good. I'm really looking forward to seeing where it goes. With it being practical, I see why they cut the season short, because it's probably really expensive.
Yeah.
I think it's the best looking DC Universe show so far.
Out of the 4 DC Universe shows, being Swamp Thing, Doom Patrol, Titans, and Young Justice
Justice.
Outsiders, which one has the best pilot?
I think Swamp Thing does.
I agree.
Yeah.
It was the best, I think.
We kind of texted about this, but like,
Yeah.
as soon as it ended, I was like,
That
was really good.
It was the best acted, written, and
Looking.
it just moved along
Well,
really steadily, which was super nice.
I think each show has improved upon the last, which it shows you that they're learning from.
And
how
it's
they're
also
doing
nice
things.
because they all have extremely different tones.
Right. Yeah.
One is an animated show, one is a really strange comedy, one is a serious.
Like really edgy.
Yeah, it's kind of edgy. It's unfortunate that I still like Titans a lot, but that one is
The worst.
the worst of them.
Yeah.
And then Swamp Thing it's horror, and it's pretty funny too. Actually,
Yeah.
There's pretty funny moments in it.
Everything with Alec Holland is funny.
Yeah.
Like the minute he comes on the
How'd
show.
you know I'm not from here? Flip flops.
And arrogance.
Yeah.
But moving on, I also saw Brightburn. I don't think we talked about that.
I also saw this.
Yeah, it's all right. I wouldn't go out to a theater to see it, but it's all right for me.
Chances are, if it's been on your radar and you're actually interested in it,
You've probably already seen
it.
And if you haven't, don't waste your money.
Yeah, that's the vibe I was getting from you two earlier.
Yeah.
Because I had mentioned, I was like, oh, like, that's one that I knew you two had seen, and I was like, I'll go watch that just so we can talk about it. And you're like, both of you are like, no. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
I trust your opinion.
So I also saw this. Me and Tyler went and saw it together, and I thought it was okay when I first got out, and then I started to kind of think about it too much. I guess I don't like it.
Yeah.
I give it a straight to streaming. I say if you're interested in it and you haven't seen it yet, wait for it to be on Netflix or Amazon.
It will be on one
Vudu,
of those.
one of the things, and rent it for $4.99.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a cool premise, but they didn't really know what to do with it. There's kind of 3 different things they put in it, and they didn't pick one.
That was what I was saying when we walked out. I was like, they never really committed to what they were trying to do.
Yeah, like I thought the best
Super
part
annoying.
was the credits. I thought that was interesting. Unfortunately, that should have been the 3rd act.
I'd say that's not good when the
That's
best
what I was
part
saying.
of your
Yeah,
movie
but
is
the
the
thing I don't
credits.
like, okay, slight possible spoilers if you really care. They never really show you why he goes crazy.
Yeah.
He's possessed, maybe,
Yeah.
or it's puberty, or he's a pervert and he just likes his power. And I didn't know which one they chose, but it's kind of all 3, and
It's weird.
They never picked one because like his ship is like talking to him, and he doesn't know what he's doing sometimes.
Oh.
And then like when he sometimes like zones out,
Yeah,
and then he comes to and he's like done some horrible thing.
yeah.
But then he does things like knowingly. So it's just like they don't really commit to anything.
Yeah.
Like here's a bunch of stuff that kind of happens to him and a bunch of the consequences, but we don't really know how we got there. And they do a lot of cutaways, budgetary.
Yeah.
But like it just makes it compounds those problems that the movie has.
Yeah.
For me, I kind of thought along the same lines as you. I still enjoyed it a little bit, but I like
There were parts that I enjoyed. Like
Yeah.
there's some really cool shots, kind of in the more horror elements. Like
Yeah.
the part where he's outside of a window at his aunt's house or something,
the light.
and the light flickers out, and you see him, and it's like that looks cool.
yeah.
And then
I like
it's-
his design too, like with
like
his
his
mask and
mask,
stuff. Yeah.
And then I'd say the other positive is I think Elizabeth Banks is pretty good.
I thought she
She
did.
carries this movie.
I
really
thought she
well.
did everything she could to get out of a wet paper bag in this movie.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad to say, but it's true. She acted her butt off, and the movie just didn't quite live up to what it could be.
It could have been a really great thing. For me, it didn't work.
Yeah, I thought it was all right. But and then last thing I did, I started a new book. It's the sequel to The Word is Murder. The book is called The Sentence is Death. It's a detective series where the author is actually a character in the book. He's not the detective. He is the detective's ghostwriter. So he just documents all of his cases and kind of follows them around. Follows the detective named Daniel Hawthorne. It's really good. The first book had Steven Spielberg in it, which I thought was interesting.
Oh, weird.
It's like semi-real. It's written by Anthony Horowitz, who wrote the Alex Rider series, if you were my age.
Stormbreaker.
Yep. Which those were awesome books when we were young. A kid spy, like who wouldn't want to be in that position?
Oh yeah.
But these books are really good. He's definitely, I really like that he is writing for his audience when they were younger. And now he's writing for them now as adults, and I think that's cool. But otherwise, I just kind of been hanging out, riding the coattails of all this news that's come out, and waiting to get back and record this episode.
Yep.
And sleeping on airport floors.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oof.
bummer.
Real quick, Luke, before you go, I'm pulling one of you and interrupting because I remembered something that I did.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
What'd you do?
So I read a book.
What?
I finally read.
You can read?
The,
Do you have reading glasses for that? Or?
I had lost my reading glasses.
Did
unless
you-
I found them.
you found your bifocals?
Yeah.
Were they on top of your head still?
How did you know? So I read the Fork, the Witch, and the Worm.
Oh, nice.
The Christopher Paolini book that I got in December. I remember mentioning it. I kind of had started the first little section and had kind of dropped off. But when you got to airplane flights,
Yeah.
and it's not that long of a book, it's really good. It's 3 little stories that are set in the world after the main Inheritance trilogy or cycle, 4 books. Although one of them is basically just a wrapper for a legend story. But yeah, if you like that world, it's a fun little quick read. Thumbs up, I guess. Probably
Fanboy worthy.
fanboy worthy. I mean, you're not going to get it if you haven't read the other books because of characters, but
The flaw of our recommendations.
also I've been
It works,
watching
though.
It works.
Chernobyl on HBO, their miniseries.
Is it over yet?
Monday night is the last show.
Is it 5 or 6 episodes?
It's 5.
Okay.
5. So I've seen the first 4. The last one, we're recording this on Sunday, so one more day for me. If you're listening to this, it's probably already aired, so check out Twitter for my final thoughts. But it's really good. And I guess it's very true to the actual events. What they have fabricated or fictionalized is basically stuff they just don't know because the Russian government
Won't release it.
Wait, so you're
Makes
telling me that Chernobyl movie that came out a little bit ago where they go into it and to look for their lost friends, but it turns out there's crazy winged demons or something? I didn't watch it because I didn't care, and I probably knew that would be terrible
The
anyway.
Chernobyl Diaries?
Something like that.
I watched that one twice.
That's not true?
No.
Oh, man.
There's
Fun
not
fact,
weird
that
little
was
zombie...
not actually what happened.
Darn. What a bummer.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
There wasn't winged demons in that movie, but...
I don't know what I'm thinking of. I think I'm gargoyles.
Probably. But yeah, no, that was the other 2 things that I did that I forgot until Tyler was talking about books, and I was like, oh, I read a book.
How to write a book.
So, Luke, you did some stuff too, right?
I did do some stuff. I'll get through some of these real quick right off the bat. All day yesterday, pretty much, and then a little bit today, I've been playing Elder Scrolls Online again.
Ooh.
I love that game. It's always really fun to go back to it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just so much to do in it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been having a blast playing that.
You gonna buy the new expansion?
I might. It depends how much. I don't know if I need it because I keep finding missions and I'm still in the 4 little.
What
places.
level are you?
20.
Oh, you still got a ways to go.
Yeah, I ran into a dude today who was 810
Oh, what?
or something. That's what it looks like.
My
He
God.
ran by me on a flaming steed with 2 swords above his head. I was like, okay, bye.
Holy cow.
I've got my little staff. I use
Fire spell.
I use something called the Prophet's Sword.
Ooh.
Anyway, yeah, I did that. Also, I watched Apollo 11 again.
Is that in the voodoo?
Yes.
Okay.
I love that movie. I really, really want people to go watch it. It's a booyah. It's a documentary. It's 90 minutes long.
And out, you can rent it.
You
or
can rent it, buy it.
buy it.
watch it. Just trust me. It's really good. The soundtrack really drives it forward.
Mm-hmm.
But it's incredible to see what they actually did, like, on the way to the moon, and like they explain to you the translunar injection and all that stuff. It's so good. Oh, man, I love it so much. And then I also was on vacation last weekend when everybody's basements were flooding here. And so I downloaded some comics onto my iPad. I reread Batman the Long Halloween, mainly as a refresher. It's still my favorite comic book, by the way. And then I also read the sequel, finally, Batman Dark Victory. It's really good, too. It might be up there in my top 5. It's an awesome Robin origin. And then it's just fun reading Batman comics that are a mystery and you aren't really sure kind of what's happening, and it could be this, it could be that, and then it's revealed and you're like, ooh, oh dang.
Speaking of mysteries, you just made me think of Identity Crisis. Sorry. That's mentioned in Infinite Crisis.
Yeah, that's a good one too. That one is depressing though. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I read those comics. On to what I've watched now for kind of some more reviews. I finished Doom Patrol. Just buckle your seatbelts, everybody. I did a lot this week, so. I finished Doom Patrol, the pilot. That show is incredible. I think when we first reviewed it, I gave it a booyah. I take that back. It's a fanboy worthy. It's so freaking weird that some people will just be like, no.
I don't like it. It's weird. Make it stop.
Like, you have no idea, Tyler. Like, some of the things you're going to see.
Right now, I'm watching a bunch of drag queens fight a military organization. So, I imagine if it gets more weird, I'm in.
It does.
Good.
It really elevates the weirdness, and it's one of the best parts of the show. The acting is incredible. The writing is incredible. The effects are really good. There's some moments where you're like, that doesn't look that good. But when you realize what they're doing, it's like, yeah, I get it. That wouldn't look good on any TV show except an HBO one, probably.
Right.
But yeah, it's so good. I cannot wait for season 2. I thought they really nailed the landing. Alan Tudyk is the man in that season. I'm a huge fan of Mr. Nobody. I already talked about the Swamp Thing pilot. I also watched that. Talked about Brightburn. I saw Aladdin. Are we talking about that later, or?
Yeah, we'll talk about Aladdin later.
Your voice got deeper there.
I'm not used to this distance thing.
And then also kind of what we're talking about in the episode, I saw Godzilla 2.
Yeah, I did too.
And then the last thing I did...
Wait. 2 or also?
I saw Godzilla 2 also.
Oh! I thought it was clever. You could interpret that either way, and it would still work.
Wow, the English language is just so amazing.
Old people focus on weird things, don't they?
What's that young whippersnapper saying
As he pulls
over
his
there?
glasses back down.
And then the last thing, I'm the only person that did this, was I went and saw Booksmart. I wasn't doing anything on a Wednesday night, so I was like, I'll go see a movie. Booksmart's out. It's at 99% or something on Rotten Tomatoes right now. Olivia Wilde's first movie. Why not? It's really good.
I've heard only good things.
It's really good. Oh gosh, I should probably find my actual notes here. So I give it a fangirl worthy. Or fanboy worthy for the people that are going, ugh, this guy. But yeah, it's really funny. The comedy in it is really clever. It's an R-rated kind of raunchy teen coming of age comedy, and it's not the best one, but it's a really good one. I don't know how many people watched The Edge of 17 that came out 2 years ago.
That's the Haley Steinfeld.
The Haley Steinfeld one.
Yeah.
I like that one more.
Isn't that like one of your favorite movies, though?
That is not one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite coming of age movies. I think Haley Steinfeld should have been nominated for an Oscar in that movie. I think she's incredible. Olivia Wilde is going to be nominated for Best Director for this one, though. It's really, really good. The leads in it are hilarious. They're really good. There's no bad performance in it. There's some very strange characters that you're like, I'm probably going to get annoyed by them. And you don't. You just don't. They're just funny, which rarely happens.
I would say that's so unusual.
Like,
but that's great.
I don't remember the dude's name, but the girl, Gigi, played by Billy Lord, you're like, yeah, I'm not going to like them. They're so funny. They're so funny. Jason Sudeikis has a tiny little role. It was a very, very funny and awkward scene. And then, oh man, I keep losing my spot. I don't have any cons for this.
Nice.
I couldn't really think of anything, like even some small little nitpicks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really good. Shout out to Olivia Wilde on her first
feature.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's done
Directorial
some other smaller things, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I think she directed some TV
episodes.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Probably. Or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't look into it. Whatever. But yeah, if you're into the raunchy comedies, R-rated teen comedy kind of things, you will really like this. Also, like, it's a feminist movie, just very clearly.
Yeah.
But it's just so not annoying. Like, a lot of them can be. Like, if somebody complains about, like, oh, it's a feminist piece, like, you're just being a loser and wanting to complain about something. Didn't mind them talking about it in this one.
Cool.
But yeah, that's everything for me. I think
that's everything. Wow.
There's probably something I forgot.
Probably.
There's always something I forgot.
It's fine. But before we go on to our next
I'll just put my feet up here.
Tyler, you want to tell us about our next giveaway?
What?
No, this is number 2
This
of
is
100.
giveaway. Yeah.
I mean, wait, no.
Giveaway 2 of 100.
Wow, this is going to be a long
100.
episode, boys.
Yeah. So we're going to give away a 4K Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse Blu-ray combo pack.
Is it Blu-ray or is it 4K?
It's 4K and Blu-ray.
4K, Blu-ray, and digital.
This was donated by Josh Taylor.
JT.
My man.
So thank you to him for that. We're going to give this one away, and we're going to choose the winner based on retweeting this episode's tweet.
Yeah. So when you, on Twitter, you'll see our usual, like, episode 100 is out now, yada, yada, yada. You want to hit that retweet and retweet with a comment and let us know who your favorite Spider-Man character is in that comment.
Across any Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not limited to not even limited to movies. If you want to go comics, great.
Just go like super
crazy.
deep cuts. Love it. So yeah, and then we'll
I really
choose.
want somebody to put, what's his name? Paste Pot Pete. There's a deep cut for you. Somebody put that one just for fun.
If you do that,
Somebody
you
will
are
do
not
it.
guaranteed to win.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, it doesn't guarantee a win. I just want somebody to put it.
And we'll choose the winner for that next week.
Again,
Next week's episode.
Next week's episode.
So thank you, JT, for donating that, and good luck to everybody who enters to win it.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Can I enter to win it?
No.
Spider-Man.
Sorry.
Spider-Man does whatever.
Even if I already...
Spider-Man.
Never mind.
Sorry,
I'm going to steal that.
singing again.
It's
all
okay.
good. All right, let's go on to some news.
There's a lot of it.
Well, we've
We get some.
been going for a bit. This is what happens. This is what happens when we take a week off.
Yeah.
We have long episodes with a lot of news, and Luke does too much stuff.
Yep.
Because he has no life. What?
We can knock out
I
a
would
huge
say-
chunk of it with trailers.
Yeah. Like half of mine is just like, hey, did you see this trailer? So we can like real quick be like, yeah, cool, or no, I'm not interested. So I'll run through some of these.
Do it.
Terminator Dark Fate.
Okay.
And we've already not lost track of being quick about it.
Yeah,
No, you give me comment. Quick comments.
bad trailer.
Bad trailer.
Poor trailer.
Is
I'll
poor
still see it,
worse
though.
than bad?
No, I think bad is worse than poor.
Okay. I'm just trying to...
I
Find where
understand. I
you
was
are.
not going for as sharp of a like.
I'm stabbing this with a sword.
This was like, this didn't get me interested, but the premise still is interesting to me. Just not the trailer.
I thought it's a bad trailer. I thought the new idea for the bad Terminator is cool, where there's a skin one that over the metal one. Mm-hmm. Or the liquid one over the metal one. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
What's the next trailer? They're all moving along.
Rambo Last Blood.
Awful trailer.
What? Do I actually need to say something?
No. That your laugh was, I think, funny enough.
Okay, good.
Yeah, not.
So bad it's good.
It's this and Terminator are both
Got
like
no
those,
horses
like,
in the back.
hey, remember that these franchises that like are really old that we've kind of like kept alive over the years, like this time we've got it, and neither of these have been like, yeah, you've got it. No.
I just am so excited to see Sylvester Stallone labor around sets to get this movie filmed. It's gonna be so bad.
Can we get a 90-minute documentary about
on the making of
this movie?
Dude, I would love that so much. I want to know how much he yells on set.
Nope, I don't want it.
I do.
Okay.
I don't.
Netflix's The Dark Crystal: The Age of Resistance.
Didn't watch it.
I didn't watch this one either, but this is the one with the puppets, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did watch it. Thumbs up. This has got me excited.
I've never seen Dark Crystal.
It's been a long time. And it didn't really interest me back in the day, but this is a little bit like claymation for me, where
Luke hates claymation. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't actually know that, but
Luke absolutely hates it.
But like the
Wallace and Gromit, no thank you. Go die, Wallace and Gromit.
like from a technical standpoint, how they make these films, like I'm just super interested in that. Claymation is such a hard thing to do, and this is like a blend. It's clearly a blend of puppetry with CGI.
That would help, because that's how.
It looks like puppets, but it's like very clearly that's a whole body, and it's moving in ways you couldn't do it with a puppet.
That's how Kubo was. I could watch Kubo, and I really enjoyed that movie.
So it's got my attention.
Yeah. But like Chicken Run, no.
Man, I grew up on Chicken Run.
Nope, hate that movie.
I forgot about Chicken Run.
The Goldfinch.
I thought it looked fine.
I didn't watch this one.
This one looked fine for me too. This is definitely like an Academy movie that is going for awards. Looked fine.
It looked fine.
The Kitchen.
Did you
see this one?
I thought it looked really pretty interesting.
I like all of the leads.
Yeah.
And so
what is it about?
This is this is in Hell's Kitchen. These
three wives, their husbands who run, or like mob bosses, they all die and they take over their business. It's Melissa McCarthy, Tiffany Haddish, and Elizabeth Moss.
Yeah.
It's a DC comic book. Vertigo comic book.
And it's like I don't know, like he just looks. This looks way interesting than some of the other like. Look at these female leads. I'm like, no, like this looks good.
Yeah, I thought it looked pretty good. Yeah.
So.
I don't know much about the comic really.
I don't either.
All of a sudden it was on my DC Comics Instagram page and I was like, I didn't know this was coming out this soon. Like I just knew that they were making it.
I'll watch it and I'll give it a chance, but I don't like two of the three leads.
Yeah. Onward, Disney Pixar.
Yeah, sure.
Fantasy.
Yeah, why not?
It's a Pixar movie. It'll probably be fine, at least.
If it's Pixar, it won't be bad.
The only thing I can
say that
think
to
of,
the good dinosaur.
The only thing I could think of while watching this was like, is this like the PG version of Bright? Which is not.
Oh, I hope Will Smith shows up.
It's not a good thing because that was not a good movie.
I didn't watch that movie.
I still have not watched that movie.
I still like the premise.
Just like me with Brightburn.
But it is not a good movie.
It's like cool premise.
Supposedly Netflix is making a Bright too, so I don't know.
Well, lots of people watched it. So.
Yeah. Those were the movie show trailers we got. We got a few.
Also.
Oh yes.
There was a Picard teaser for Star Trek.
I didn't write that down.
I thought it looked pretty cool. He's on his little vineyard.
Yeah, we'll see where this where this one
We'll see where it goes.
It was a very like.
Tyler's over here like, huh?
here's
What?
What is
here's
this
some-
on?
CBS All
All
Access.
Access.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get that.
No, it's not a show that's
Yeah.
a subscribe me now type thing.
Yeah.
But
Then also Jessica Jones season 3.
yeah, that's right.
The last Marvel Netflix thing. Don't worry, I'll watch it for everybody because I know everybody else is checked out of all that stuff because nobody watched Daredevil season 3 or Punisher season 2. Punisher season 2 wasn't that good. Iron Fist season 2 was better than Punisher season 2. Anyway, yep, those are the other ones I had. And then there were some video game trailers.
Yeah, so let's talk video games. Tyler, you want to lead us off the big one?
The Death Stranding stuff? No. Call of Duty Modern Warfare has been confirmed for October 25th. This year.
This is the 4th Modern Warfare game, right?
Yes, it is.
But it's not called Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
No, because that was the first one. And now we're at just Modern Warfare.
It's a reboot, right? It's just a reboot.
It's a reboot cool thing. I don't know. Characters are just showing back up.
So yeah,
it's
returning
essentially
characters
that shouldn't be returning. But it's a full reboot, I guess, for the Modern Warfare.
How I understand it is that the team didn't feel like they could actually do like a true it's not a sequel because events in Modern Warfare 2 do not make that possible.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like here's kind of like maybe like a alternate reality type of thing.
Yeah.
What could have happened.
Which a lot of people are okay with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
because
the characters,
of the population is.
The characters, so I'll actually play this campaign.
Yeah, return of single player campaign.
Yeah,
that's a big deal.
Which is weird because it's only been one game that didn't have it.
Yeah.
Like it feels like this is like a 5-year return. Like no, it's been a year. Like it'll be okay. The interesting thing though about this announcement is they announced that they've made this game on a new engine for Call of Duty. They've been using the same engine for Call of Duty since 4, right? Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
So.
Whoa.
So I'm all in.
It's like 10 games.
Yeah, I'm all in to see like what this looks like. I'm really excited. I have like full on entered the hype train. Like I'm really excited to see what they do. They've announced no season pass loosely. I still think they'll have something, but and all launches or all post-launch maps and downloads will be free. So
that raises interest.
Well, yeah. And you know, the question all this does for me though is what happens to Blackout. I know it seems weird because we're talking about Modern Warfare.
Theory about that.
You think it's free to play?
I don't think it's gonna get a Blackout mode.
Well, I don't think it will either.
So I think Blackout moves to be a free to play mod thing.
Free to play with a season like a battle pass, and you pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, like,
so do people who bought the game get the battle pass, or do they have to keep buying the battle pass?
They'll probably have to buy it.
Yeah.
Gosh dang it.
So like they're kind of like, to me, like they're saving face by getting rid of the season pass model.
Mm-hmm.
But then they're also, I think, going to burn themselves when they make Blackout free to play and you have to buy the battle pass for extra content. It's interesting. I'm curious to see, but talking just about Modern Warfare, I'm excited for the campaign. I'm excited for the new engine. They've announced some pre-order stuff, and it's just operator skins. Like there's no skills. There's no weird things that make me think that there's going to be specialists again. It looks like it's going back to the original Call of Duty, the way people loved it, with a new engine. Super pumped.
Well, this is another layer on what you guys talked about on last episode with Treyarch kind of maybe taking over
for 2020.
Mm-hmm. That adds a very interesting wrinkle because my guess is that this has less to do with Modern Warfare and more to do with Call of Duty 2020. But my guess is that after not having single player, probably not getting a ton of positive reception around zombies. I've heard
There's no zombies in Modern Warfare.
there's no zombies in Modern Warfare. But my guess is that they were developing Blops 5 or whatever it is now. They didn't have a single player because they dropped that, and they realized we need to get a single player mode, so we're going to actually hijack 2020 Call of Duty
For Treyarch.
Yeah. And morph that into a campaign for them. I don't know if this now means we're down to just 2 studios.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what 2020 looks like.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm excited for this year's.
Yeah.
Like I really am excited for Modern Warfare. And there's one other thing. It's kind of a small thing, and I wanted to save it for the end because I think it's its own separate news story. But with Modern Warfare, crossplay across PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox is confirmed to happen.
So so all I saw was the official, like the immediate press release. Have they gone in and clarified that statement?
I don't think they've clarified it.
Because the way it was worded is still very vague on if console crossplay is actually a thing.
Oh, so right now it's just PC.
Well, they've said between... You can either interpret it as they can all play together, or you can interpret it as some of them can play together. But not necessarily. So I'm
Sony.
I'm just saying that the wording is vague probably because of a reason.
Yeah. And it's probably Sony.
And it's probably Sony.
Either way, we're closer.
Yeah.
We're closer than we've been in a long time. It would be really cool to play with my PlayStation friends on Call of Duty. I would hate to get wrecked by PC
I think
players.
it would be way more fun to play with your
Sony friends.
Your Sony friends than your PC friends.
Yeah, PC would not be fun to play against.
I don't know anybody that plays on a PC, I think.
I know a few people, but I wouldn't play with them because then I would just get murdered by all their friends who are also playing on PC. I hope if they do that, I hope if they do that, they have a way to kind of gate it so that if you're not playing with a PC person, you're not going to play with
right.
a million PC players.
That's how those Fortnite does it that way.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Definitely doable.
I don't know. Last week I was talking about how I'm not going to get it unless it's the best Call of Duty ever made. And I still think I'm kind of there. But I would just need to see more at E3.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll show more at E3?
Yeah.
I just don't know what. I don't think they're going to do their gameplay.
Call of Duty's always there.
But
They'll be there.
For the sake of time.
The thing is, Sony doesn't have an event.
Yeah.
Activision partners with Sony now on all of their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So unless Sony's willing to just be like,
yeah, go for it.
Go ahead and... I mean, they could just release a trailer online and probably be
right.
fine. But, you know, they're giving up that press release to Xbox's stage then.
Yeah.
I bet they'll be there somehow.
Unless does Activision have an actual
panel?
I don't know. I'll look that up real quick.
I don't know. I just don't know that they would reveal the gameplay this early. I mean, it's 3 months out.
They usually do.
I always feel like it's a little bit closer and then they make a beta announcement, but I mean, maybe they do it.
They usually have that first mission that you play. There's always the part in the middle where they always skip because it's the boring part. And I always think it's hilarious.
Yeah, it looks like Activision will show more of Call of Duty at E3.
All right. Well, we'll see more. Maybe it is the gameplay reveal at E3. It's interesting. It's really close in proximity to one another.
I feel like they usually wait for multiplayer.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
They're like, here's the multiplayer trailer. It's like, oh my gosh, there's
Here's
shock
the same
grenades.
Here's the same thing you played last year, but it looks a little
Get an
different.
attack chopper now, guys.
Yeah, E3 will be interesting. I'm curious to see what they have.
So the other big gaming news, Luke, you want to...
The Death Stranding
Death
trailer?
Stranding got a trailer.
A 9-minute trailer? Are you kidding me? For honestly a game that I don't think looks that good. I'm sure people will like it. I'm not a fan of Hideo Kojima's games, though, so...
Kojima has enough people that it'll get really good reviews.
Yeah. I think this is.
I didn't like Metal Gear Solid 5, so I doubt I'd get this.
It's one of those things that I probably didn't play a Kojima game early enough to maybe get it or something. I've just never been caught. Like, every time he releases a game, I feel like there's this, like, it's the zeitgeist of the moment, and I never understand it.
No, okay.
And
you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Quentin Tarantino. Everybody freaks out when Quentin Tarantino releases a movie. He makes some good movies.
Yeah.
But also, like, a lot of them are loved because they're good and different.
Right.
Which is what he does. And there's just all this hype behind this creator doing something. It's like, well, you know what? I think Pulp Fiction is super overrated. There, everybody can tweet at me for that. I think it's a great movie, but people think it's the best movie of all time, and I don't. It's fine, whatever. It's my opinion. Moving on.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like people are more concerned with Kojima's name
than what is
actually being released. And like, when I see Mads Mikkelsen's face, I'm going, I don't like that. It looks weird to see actors be in video games.
Yeah.
When I see like gameplay that just looks uninteresting and boring in a 9-minute trailer, it's just like, okay. I don't know why I feel like I'm ranting about this, and I don't care about it. What the?
I'm just letting you speak for me because I have very similar feelings where it's like, I watched that trailer. I still don't like they threaded some story things in that trailer. They threaded a few gameplay things, but cohesively, it doesn't make me interested into it. When I read the press release information, I'm a little more interested because they actually talk about like game mechanics. But then I go back and I rewatch the trailer. I'm like, but that doesn't look interesting in this trailer. So why would I?
Yeah.
Why would I find it interesting to play?
I'll show you. This is where I'm at on that game. I knew the trailer came out. I knew the press release came out. I didn't look at any of it. And I loved the Metal Gear franchise. Just don't care.
Yeah.
I don't. Nothing about this game has looked good to me, except the graphics.
Also, it was announced like 20 years ago.
Yeah. And that's the challenge, especially with like Kojima, specifically about this project. And, I mean, he works slow anyways. There's nothing wrong with that, but your games do tend to age because of that. Because you can't be constantly having the most modern engine. He's working on an engine that's 5 years old.
Yeah. And
it may have some tweaks and supercharges.
I was kind of surprised that they weren't waiting for next gen. Like releasing next gen.
Well, they can't. They've been working on it too long. Like,
that's the other thing with Sony. And we've got some... We'll talk about E3. One of the questions is about E3.
Yeah, and I'm excited about that.
But, like, the next 2 years for Sony, I don't understand. They've either timed this terribly or they have some ridiculous thing up their sleeve and they'll amaze us. And I don't know which is which right now, but...
I hope they amaze us.
I hope they do too. We had some other gaming news. Last week you guys mentioned that Microsoft and Sony were teaming up to work on cloud gaming together. Mm-hmm. I could maybe... And you guys talked about maybe the potential for crossplay there. That is possible, although I think it's more of just a business relationship, kind of like how
just helping each other out.
Well, Samsung makes displays for Apple, but yet they are competitors, right? So Sony does not have the ability to build their own cloud gaming infrastructure. They don't have the money. They don't have the know-all to do that. It's better for them to just be like, hey, here's a check, Microsoft. Let's work together.
Why don't they just make another Venom movie and take the money from that? Move it around all the different businesses.
So actually, and then...
Do you think I do that?
No.
So it'll be interesting to see what Microsoft talks about with E3 and cloud gaming this year. And again, another thing Sony won't get to talk about because they're not at E3.
Is that next weekend? No, it's 2 weekends.
Two
Two
weekends.
weeks. 2 weekends. The 11th through 13th.
It's like a week and a half.
Dude,
Doesn't it start on like a Wednesday or something?
Yeah, something weird
I'm
like
so ready for E3.
that.
So
I'm
juiced.
pumped.
Microsoft also announced that Xbox Game Pass is coming to PC.
Limited, right? Like it'll have
Yes.
limited titles for
This
now.
is not the entire library.
Yeah.
This is a limited release, but I definitely foresee them expanding that as quickly as possible.
More of the Play Anywhere thing, man.
Yep.
It just continues to expand, and I think that's awesome.
Yep.
Xbox is doing well in that regard.
Yes, they're making some very smart business decisions for the next generation.
I don't have any more video game news.
I do not either.
Except for Pokemon Sleep, if you're into that sort of thing. Did you guys hear about that?
What the freaking heck,
I
man?
was sleeping. What happened?
It's a sleep app, except it's a Pokemon game.
Yeah, if you get good night's sleep, you get rewards from the app. I don't know. It's stupid.
It's gonna be the new sensation.
No, it's
Marvel's Avengers, the Square Enix game, is supposed to premiere at E3.
Yes.
I will talk
Very
about
excited.
that later.
Ooh.
And then I guess
Foreshadowing.
we can kind of use a video game related thing to transfer us into movie stuff. If there's no
Sonic!
Sonic
Yeah,
is
delayed.
being pushed back to February 14th,
Guys,
2020.
you know what you're doing for Valentine's Day now. Taking that date to go see Sonic.
Go
Me and
see
Tyler,
Kingsman.
yeah, I'm seeing Kingsman: The Great Game on Valentine's Day, so you all can.
Luke, go ahead and finish what you're about to say.
Me and Tyler have seen a movie, and Dana, sorry,
Last-
and Dana have seen a movie on like 6 different Valentine's Days
Yep.
over the past 5 years.
Yep.
So,
What?
yeah,
I love it.
but yeah, it comes out on the same day as Kingsman: The Great Game, which is the spin-off prequel.
Thing
Um,
with Brad Pitt.
I think so, yeah. And then I don't know if that's risky or good counter programming, but I guess we'll see.
I don't know, man.
I was.
My guess is that marketing knows that
It's a different
it's
audience.
skewing towards a younger audience. So if I'm a parent who wants to go out,
You got your kids movie and your R-rated action comedy.
and I'm gonna take I would probably rather take. I'm not sending them probably by themselves.
You kids go see Sonic. We're
We're
gonna go see Kingsman.
No, chances are they're gonna skew towards. We'll just go all see Sonic, and we'll go see Kingsman some other time.
Kids would sneak into American Pie 6 or something.
So I think this kind of bummed me out because I was really curious to see how quickly they could turn it around.
Yeah.
But now that they're delaying it, whatever, I'm sure it'll work out.
Did you
fine.
see the Instagram post I sent you?
Which one?
The
Oh,
one.
the edit one?
Yeah, somebody fixed the trailer and just put in a cartoon Sonic, and like it doesn't look great,
But it works.
but it's one dude, and it's been like a month.
Yeah. The only problem I had with that was the eyes. The eyes were creeping me out a little bit. They were really close together. But yeah, no, I mean, I think they could do it, but I don't know. I'll see Kingsman on Valentine's Day. I'm not.
Yeah.
And then I'll see Sonic later so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know that I would see it. But
Time for a Valentine's Day double feature.
Yes. Well, speaking of 2020 movies, Supergirl is set to go into production in early 2020.
This is interesting.
What does
See
this
it
mean
in
for Man of Steel
2021?
2?
Not good things.
Yeah, that does not mean anything good for Man of Steel 2.
So I want to have it would go on for hours, and I want to talk to Tyler and Brett about this, probably off air, about like just the future of DC, because I don't know, I think they should just bail on Man of Steel.
I think we should talk about that and have it be in the
Patreon.
future a Patreon bonus episode.
If we ever get around to that. Like, let's go into the mind of Luke for a bit here. Sometimes Luke can't go to sleep.
That's like every night.
It's every
That
night.
is every
This
night.
is every night. So I'm laying in bed.
I can't tell you how many conversations start with Luke saying, "So I couldn't sleep last night and I was thinking about..."
So I'm laying in bed. It's kind of hot, and I'm like leaning over so the fan just blows on my face. My sheets are really kind of silky soft. It's nice. Can't fall asleep.
Paint
You
the
sprung
picture.
for
I
the-
love
And I'm
it.
thinking
that-
about this news story I saw about Supergirl
That thread count. moving
moving into production in 2020. And I'm like, why are we still talking about Man of Steel? Maybe we should move on. Anyway, that'd be a fun conversation for another time. Me not being able to sleep, not Superman. No, but yeah.
So yeah, so it sounds like we're getting Supergirl 2021. Probably.
I'll be thinking about it tonight when I can't sleep, probably.
I was going to say, I'll probably leave here and think about it.
I'm always thinking about this
You guys
crap.
should just not leave, and then we can have that conversation.
Sleepover?
Why not?
I do need a pack. I'm going on vacation again.
I would love to go home. I haven't been home in a week. And I didn't get home till 5.
So we should keep moving on with our
Yeah,
news
we
then.
should. We should.
What do you got, Brett?
Yeah, Brett,
I'm out. I'm fresh out of news.
You're out
Oh,
of news? What
okay.
the crap?
More DC news while we're
I
there.
was keeping it simple.
Joel Kinnaman returning for the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, he made a little Insta post. He was shooting some guns.
You know what this made me do? It made me smile. I'm glad he's coming back. I like Joel Kinnaman. I think he's really good.
I think since Suicide Squad
He
came
has
out,
gotten so good.
he's done Altered Carbon and Hannah.
Yeah.
Or as he says it, Hannah.
I don't know.
Which he was really good in Altered Carbon. And he's really good in Hannah. So I'm excited to see how much he's improved. And he has a much better director to help him
Yeah.
this time around.
Yeah, he won't play a character who sounds like a knockoff.
Behold, the face of God. Chicken wing. This might be him. I saw that at like a GIF. He just tears into that. He's like, June Moon is just over there sleeping in the bed.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
We got a kind of another poster for the Harley Quinn animated show. Just kind of confirmed that it comes out in fall 2019. We don't need to talk about that a whole lot.
Nope.
Um,
I have one more, but it's Marvel. So
Flash and Cyborg contracts, Ezra Miller and Ray Fisher. It looks, I guess their contract supposedly ended in May.
Yep, May 31st.
So, I don't think they're going to do anything with Cyborg since he's on Doom Patrol, and it's very well done.
Yeah.
But I'm really curious to see what they do with the Flash moving forward. So
I think
Yeah.
so. This is I've been thinking about this a lot after we were texting about it the other day, and I think this is a good thing. I think this allows the writers and directors to choose who they want as Barry Allen, Wally West, Bart Allen, whoever they decide to do. It gives them a chance to choose their actor and make their movie with no baggage.
Yeah.
So I think this is good. I think it makes it a little bit easier. It's kind of like I keep thinking of the Flash movie as Spider-Man Homecoming, where they were, they're bringing a character that everybody knows and loves to the screen under a different umbrella, but they're getting to tell a different story, and they'll have no baggage for it. So I think this is good. I'm excited about it. I don't really have anybody in mind for casting. I hope they go young.
Oh, dude, I got one. Emily Blunt.
Well, yeah. Always.
100, baby. 100. Episode 100.
I would like them to cast somebody
Throw
young,
something at you.
personally.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
Because I just think it's cheaper that way. But we'll see. I don't know. I'm excited about it.
I got two more things in DC.
Okay, let's hear it.
Robert Pattinson is officially Batman.
Yeah.
It was
Thank
confirmed
God.
by Warner Brothers to Variety. He's Batman.
They're supposed to release a statement.
I think they did to Variety.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't read it. But yeah, we can finally just start worrying about what the suit is going to look like now.
No. Voice first, then suit.
No, I'm not concerned about the voice. I'm concerned about the suit. Batman doesn't need to talk a whole lot. The other drugs going. Sorry.
Was that Dustin Hoffman?
Where are the other drugs going?
Where are the druggy?
Hey, governor, where are the other drugs going?
The druggy drugs. Have you seen that video? Okay,
yeah.
good.
Okay.
If you don't know what we're talking about, we're referencing a college
Humor. Batman picks his voice.
It's not Batman, it's Badman.
Bad.
Picks his voice. You can find it on YouTube. It's hilarious.
So
All the Batman videos are great.
They are great.
I love the Riddler one.
They get a little like more
Helicopter. Is it helicopter?
Did you answer helicopter, sir?
That's what I said.
Batman, that man's dead. No, he's just
Sleeping.
They wake
Okay.
up after I leave.
Okay. we're like halfway through the news, I feel like. Last DC story. This was a rumor and then was instantly confirmed on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
New Gods is being co-written by Ava DuVernay, who's also directing, and Tom King, who wrote Mr. Miracle and The Vision, both like Eisner awarded comics, nominated.
And also wrote Heroes in Crisis.
Mm-hmm. I haven't heard how that goes.
The
yet.
emotional beats in that story are insane.
So I'm really, really interested in this moving forward. Ava DuVernay just also released something on Netflix.
Yeah,
When They
about
See Us.
When They See Us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I haven't seen that one.
I need to watch that.
I want to
Apparently
watch it,
it's
but I hear
super
it's
good.
heavy.
Yeah.
I hear it's really
I need
heavy.
to watch that.
It's 4 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I added it to my list on Netflix last night.
But yeah, just I've never seen something confirmed so quickly.
Yeah.
Ava's not messing around, though. She knows that.
Her favorite superhero is Big Barda,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
You know what's
I love those deep cuts.
You know what's
man.
really cool about this? Like, this being confirmed is I'm reading Final Crisis, and it has a lot to do with the New Gods. So it's really cool. Like, the opening of Final Crisis is Orion getting killed by somebody shooting a bullet back in time and it hitting him in the right place. Like, he's in the right place at the wrong time.
What the
Yeah, it's insane.
Shoot it. No.
Yeah, it's insane.
My reenactment with sound effects only.
But yeah, so I'm excited. And then Darkseid is just chilling on Earth, like, yo, I'm about to kill all y'all.
Just trust Jack Kirby. He knows what he's doing. That's all I say with when you go New Gods. That's all my DC stuff.
Take the omnibus and run with it.
You can borrow mine.
I'm sure
Ava.
she's already read it.
Probably.
Probably like she's probably got that thing sticky noted up
Oh yeah.
all over the place.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited for it. I think this could be DC's Guardians kind of franchise. Not as goofy though.
Yeah.
No.
It can take it like any direction.
Yeah.
I love the New Gods, and I love.
Have you read that omnibus?
I've read a little bit of it, and that would actually be a lot of it. It's so thick.
Yeah, it's a
it
lot.
weighs like 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Curl that thing while I read it.
Tyler, you said you had some Marvel news?
I do. And I need to open my phone because I can never remember the freaking guy's name.
I have some Marvel news too.
There's a rumor. It's a rumor. I don't know. I don't want to call it news.
Okay,
but,
rumor.
David Morrissey, who played the governor on The Walking Dead, is wanted by Marvel for a role in the Eternals.
Very nice.
I liked him in The Walking Dead. I
did
thought he
too.
was the best villain of that show by a landslide.
Well, he died and the show died.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is very true. So curious to
Spoilers.
see. Curious to see how that works out if they actually get him. Because I haven't seen him in much since then.
Mm-hmm.
But did you ever watch The Walking Dead?
No. I
If
watched
you
like
watch-
the first season.
If you watch any of it, just watch his stuff.
I don't think he shows up till like 3 or 4.
I think the end of 2.
Oh,
is-
really?
He shows up at the very end of 2, like they introduce him, and then he's the villain for 3 and 4.
Nice. Yeah, he was.
He's
He
good.
was a highlight of it.
Yeah,
I
he's
really
good.
enjoyed it.
I think his stuff is the best stuff in the show, like by a considerable margin.
Calm down.
My Marvel news: Black Widow started filming.
That happened quickly.
That's right.
Yeah, that really took off. I'm glad they made me like that character.
Yeah, I'm still kind of. Yeah. Well, let's see what.
I'm still kind of along the lines of she should have had her movie before Captain Marvel had a movie.
Yes,
But
Oh, for sure.
I'm along the lines of I'll watch it for the podcast.
I'm pretty interested in it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's the spy angle that gets me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
So
Yep.
you have more.
I'm out.
So I can't believe you're not talking about this, Brett. Did you not see the variety photos of Rise of the Skywalker or whatever it's called?
I did actually. Yes.
Episode 9.
Episode 9. The Rise of Skywalker.
That's it. Star Wars. We cloned Rey from Luke's hand. That's what I'm calling it.
Yeah, those set photos looked ridiculous.
Yeah.
Some really, really cool stuff.
Knights of Ren confirmed.
Knights of Ren.
I don't like that they're talking about it this much, though.
Yeah, it's frustrating, but it's
I guess if you
damage
don't
control.
want to, if you want to stay completely black on Star Wars, sorry, we'll probably talk about it here for a minute.
I went black on 8 and it did nothing. So the images looked really cool.
Yeah.
Carrie Russell's character looks awesome.
Yeah.
And I think she's going to turn out to be related to Rey somehow. Probably. Not necessarily biologically, but
Like her role.
in the past, or they've had a relationship somehow.
Pseudo mom.
John Boyega riding a space horse. That was interesting.
So they're keeping that.
Yeah, he learned how to do it really well in 8.
No photos of
The Emperor.
No, I was gonna say. Oh my god.
Watch the Emperor literally only be in a hologram.
Yeah.
Just laughing. Like, that's his only line is the end.
I
Kind
kind of hope he's not in it at all. Still, and that's literally just like a tone thing.
And that Ren is the villain. That's what I want. I want Kylo to be the villain.
I do want Kylo. I think. Anyways.
Own your villainy that you
The last
started
film
in 8.
literally like gave that to you on a silver platter. Let him own that.
Yeah. Let's
Anyways.
see. What else do we got here? Glow Season 3 is coming out August 9th. I'm really excited for that. That's
Luke
one of
is
the best shows
hyped
on
up for
Netflix. Who is?
You.
Oh.
I
didn't
know
hear
how
that.
much you love Glow.
It's so good. The soundtrack is so good, too. Oh, that awesome 80s
The
music.
Brightburn kid is from Glow.
Who is he?
I don't know. I just saw that that's like one of his big credits when they were.
I'll have to look for
discussing
him
who
when
he is.
I end up rewatching the first 2 seasons.
Your next news story is another one that I'm really excited
Yeah,
about.
the last thing, Chris Nolan's new movie is called Tenet. It's going to have Aaron Taylor Johnson, Kenneth Branagh, and Michael Caine all joined the cast. Robert Pattinson is also in that.
And so is John David Washington.
Yes. Oh,
Him
yes.
and Pattinson, I think, are the two
The
leads.
2 leads. And it's a... Hold on. International espionage movie is how it's described.
So
Love it.
So this news broke right after like the Pattinson Batman thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw a lot of people like freaking out about Pattinson being Batman, and then I saw one comment. This dude was like, "Well, if he's good enough for Nolan, he's good enough for me. Let's do this." And like he's like, "I'm settled now. I'm good. Like I don't need any more convincing." And I
need no convincing.
I wonder if... Do we know how far along this movie is?
We'll never know. We'll get a trailer 4 months before the movie comes out or something.
and then
be like,
everybody
"Oh."
will go see it.
And then there'll be a little IMAX preview.
Well, so my question, like...
I think Nolan's the only person that can go dark.
yeah, and nobody will question it.
Yeah. Well, because my thought is Nolan is still obviously very tight with Warner Brothers.
Yes.
And so if maybe things went well with filming Pattinson and this, plus good time, like, they know about good times, like, hey...
Hey, Nolan, is he good? Yeah, he's
good. I mean, that's literally how the industry works.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
they trust Nolan.
Mm-hmm.
it wouldn't surprise me.
Dude, Warner
Two
Brothers.
killer, like if we could get 2 killer Pattinson performances in the next 2 years, just love to put all those haters to bed.
I will just love how Warner Brothers is just like, yeah, we got Nolan, baby. It's like
DC's falling apart.
we
but
don't really
have
know what we're
Nolan.
doing over here, but we got Nolan.
The rest of their franchises are a disaster. But they can count on Christopher Nolan to bring him in and get box
Yeah.
office every few years.
Every couple years.
I love too, like, if Nolan, Tenet, a group of friends paints a fence. I'm there day one.
Everybody's there day one.
What's the time twist he's gonna do? On this side, they're painting it in the future, and this side, they're painting in the past. The bird is on the fence the whole time, is in the present, watching both. The three-eyed raven. Oh my god! Oh, sorry. I don't know if I just spoiled something. I didn't.
You didn't.
That's everything I have. I have Sonic pushed back on here again.
Oh.
Just to
Want to talk about it again?
Are
just to
you
really
like-
hammer that home.
I would say maybe you're predicting that we'll get another delay
Probably.
for that movie.
Or no, they're actually going to move it forward to January 2020. The toilet section, if you don't know.
Yeah.
That's where you put all the crap.
Okay,
Unless
well,
you get
we
out.
have some movies to talk about, but before we get into new movies, let's talk about another recent movie that you, listening at home or in your car or at work or wherever you're at, could win.
Another giveaway, number 3 of 100.
100!
So we are going to give away a Blu-ray version of a movie that, as of this recording, is not out
Yet.
Blu-ray.
yet on Blu-ray. So we don't have it presently. And that is Captain Marvel.
We're going to get it for you.
What?
I said I'll just set my phone there.
Oh.
Picture of Captain
Oh,
Marvel.
yeah. There you go.
It was blocked by the news thing.
Yeah. Oh, I can hide that.
No, it's good. Then you don't have to see my legs.
Hey, you've been on vacations.
I got a little sunburn
Got a little sun.
when I was at Silver Dollar City.
Anyways, how do you win Captain Marvel? You win Captain Marvel by going to our Captain Marvel review with special guest Stephanie. Comment on either the SoundCloud or the YouTube video who your favorite female superhero is.
Yes. Who's your favorite female superhero?
Or villain. I'll change that. Villain as well. There are villains.
Okay,
Yours is
I'll
Wonder Woman, right? I
I'll
mean,
say
obviously.
superhero or super villain. Superhero/villain.
Who's your favorite female superhero, Brett?
I love Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I would get a different one just out of... That one's easy to choose.
Number 2 is Batgirl. Oracle.
I'll go with Catwoman, but you
Hero
gotta
and a villain.
and I'm not talking like Halle Berry.
Oh, man, why not?
4 version.
Best movie ever.
But I like how she plays off of like
Bats.
off of Batman and Bruce Wayne, and just she's such a complicated character. And if you know me, you know I like complicated villains, and not like I have to have a complicated plan, but villains or
The internal
antagonists
struggle.
that have a complicated personality.
So, I
My-
completely agree with you about Catwoman. You should raid The Long Halloween and Dark Victory because, boy howdy, she's a little complicated in there.
Boy, howdy.
And they never really reveal, this is something they do in Dark Victory, what the heck she's doing in Long Halloween.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Dark Victory, they reveal
Reveal
it,
it.
and it's just like, oh man. Wow. That's kind of heavy.
Mine would be Renee Montoya. The
Nice.
Question. She's dope. She's in Final Crisis, and she's kind of blowing my mind.
She's going to be in Birds of Prey.
I know.
Comes out February 7th, 2020. A week before Sonic!
Man, Sonic's going to kick that movie's butt at the box office.
Ugh.
All right. Are
Yeah.
we through the
Wait,
giveaways? and
do
news?
they comment on the spoiler or just the episode review? Or either one?
The specific, so the spoiler review episode, like
The
episodes.
actual
the
podcast
actual
episode.
No.
Or the actual review video.
So on SoundCloud, go to our thing and you will see one
Spoiler
that's
talk,
called-
Captain Marvel with Stephanie.
Exactly. Click on that one. On YouTube, go to our reviews section and find the Captain Marvel spoiler review.
Okay.
Not that specific like the episode of that week, but the separate video or audio track that is about Captain Marvel.
So
Good
that's
deal.
how I win. Got it.
That's how you win.
I'm going to try to win.
Not if I win first.
I'm going to try to win all these giveaways.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
All right. We watched some movies this week.
Do you guys want to just knock out Aladdin real quick?
Yeah, we can talk about
Yeah.
Aladdin. I think Aladdin will go fairly quickly.
Honestly, I don't really know what to say about it. And plus, I feel like we can kind of just spoil it because the movie's actually been out since 1996 or 8.
2.
92. I was born in 92. I was very nervous for this movie after the choice of director. and horrible marketing.
Yeah.
And I really, really enjoyed this movie.
Mm-hmm. I walked out of the theater singing the songs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was nice to get a updated version of the music that didn't feel like it was
Just a copy?
disrespectful to the original, or just a straight copy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they made it their own. Specifically, the music around the genie and Will Smith was very well tailored to who he was as the genie and not who Robin Williams was as the genie.
Yeah.
I've heard that Will Smith did a good job of making the genie role his own.
And they don't change a lot of his, like, the big scenes that you think of when you think about Robin Williams. A lot of that is almost word for word, not word for word, but they say the same kind of things.
Idea for idea, but they don't do, like, Williams is all about the impersonations. And they just avoid impersonations altogether. And it's fantastic. Yeah. Will Smith was great in this movie.
Yeah.
He was great. And also, Naomi Scott's Jasmine was awesome.
So
I really liked her. And her song that they added was really good. There.
my only complaint about this film is that the film is called Aladdin, and he is the main character, but he is overshadowed by both the genie and Naomi Scott and Jasmine. I think Jasmine is a way more interesting character, and Will Smith is clearly a better performer. Mm-hmm. And Aladdin just kind of is
he was a new guy.
Ride.
He was a new guy.
Yeah. I just think they could have maybe done a little more to make him a little bit stronger of a character. But this is a nitpick on a movie that
and I thought
enjoyed.
the dude. I take that back. I thought everybody was good in this movie.
Yeah.
I'd say
there wasn't a performance that I disliked.
I think the weakest person was Jafar, probably, but I still liked him. Iago sucks. Iago sucked. Go away, Iago. And I guess Iago is Alan Tudyk.
Of course he is.
I don't know why you would need that. Should have just gotten a real parrot. Parrots can talk. I went to the zoo this weekend. The public zoo. And a parrot was imitating a walkie-talkie. I've never experienced anything like that. Even when I've seen a parrot at, like, a circus or something. I don't know if I've been to a circus. It was so awesome. But, Iago's like, second. Shut up, you dumb bird.
It's very clearly a, like, kind of what they've been doing with these movies, which is, like, we're going to make it a little more grounded. Mm-hmm. We're not going to go big with the, like, sorcerer flying palace. Like, they've toned a lot of that stuff down. Mm-hmm. Like, Iago's a parrot, not a personality. Mm-hmm.
It's not Gilbert Gottfried.
Right. And I think that's fine. When you talk about Jafar maybe being a weird character, and I think that's probably because he's maybe the most different from his animated version.
I don't know. Maybe Jasmine, because she's not just there.
That's true.
She actually has a story.
She has an arc.
She has a message. Instead of just being stuck in an hourglass for Aladdin to save.
I guess
that's the whole reason she's there in the end.
I guess I didn't feel like it necessarily what they added for her couldn't have been in the animated version, and we just didn't see it.
Maybe. I don't know.
It is, to be fair, it has also been a long time since I've seen the animated version.
Yeah,
she may be way simpler or way more one kind of characteristic trait than I remember.
Me too. Yeah, but the way I remember her is Aladdin needs to fall in love with somebody.
Yeah.
That's it.
and they really did improve what she was doing, why she was doing it, why she felt this way. There's a new character, the handmaid
Dahlia. I thought she was so funny.
She's great. Her and Will Smith have like some great like back and forth conversations that is clearly new stuff. So the stuff they added, I thought was great. I really wish the WGA could get off their butts and actually still give credit to the original writers, because this is definitely still their movie.
Yeah.
That was the most frustrating thing. See, and this is for me across the board on all of these Disney remakes, is that the original screenwriters for these movies aren't getting like any credit.
That's dumb. But yeah, the movie, I thought it was hilarious. I was laughing really loud. I thought, and then kind of it was another con. I thought the first act was kind of rough. So once Will Smith shows up, this thing improves tenfold.
Yes.
One Jump Ahead, which is my favorite song, was not very good.
No.
I didn't think.
And that's actually the weakest song in my opinion.
Yeah.
And it's weird because they do it was the only time
only what I can afford.
It was
That's everything.
The only time I felt like this was like a Ritchie film, because they did that thing where they like they film it at a high frame rate and they sing it they're actually singing it at a slower pace. And then when you speed up the film, they're moving in they're moving in slow motion, but their lips are still singing in regular motion. So they speed up how fast they sing. And that bothered the heck out of me. I think it's only in that first scene.
I don't think I even noticed.
I almost...
But I don't know if I was
Did you almost vomit?
I almost vomited. I was like, why are you doing this to me?
I don't think I was paying attention because I was just like, this is not... It's good. And I think I just spaced off for a bit. Then Genie showed up and I liked it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's a little mix, though.
It's a booyah for me.
I think it's probably a fanboy worthy. There's nothing in this movie that I'm like, you have to go see this in a theater. Like, I think I would enjoy it just as much at home. However, if you have disposable income and want to go see a movie,
I think it's a great time, and because it's summer, you might need something to do. It's a good one. It's a lot of fun.
You could even take I could take Claire to go see this, and it wouldn't freak her out. I was a little worried because of the animated third act, just how scary that third act would be. It's not. It's not. It's super tame. So
how's the magic carpet?
Awesome.
It's
like spot on. Perfect. It's perfect. I think it was perfect.
It's
Dude,
like,
that Disney castle it made was the hardest I laughed. It was so unexpected. It killed me.
Yeah. I feel like they were like, okay, Doctor Strange's cloak.
Yeah.
How do we make that a magic carpet? And they did it. And it was great.
I thought they crushed it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go see that tonight.
It's really good.
You're going to go to bed.
I recommend it. I definitely recommend it. All right. Then we have the summer kickoff movie. If Aladdin wasn't, I guess. We've got Godzilla, King of the Monsters. This was Brett's most anticipated film of this year at one point. If you remember that, I was like, I'm more excited for this movie than Avengers.
I remember that.
And Star Wars. You're crazy.
I was crazy. Who wants to start? We've all seen this one.
Yeah, I watched it today.
You have fresh impressions.
Yeah. Where'd my notes go?
What are you doing over there?
I don't know.
Listen, I'll read mine.
My notes just closed.
Some reason I actually wrote.
You wrote it.
I
actually
something.
Didn't write notes for this one this time.
I must have been bored at work.
I have mine up now. If you want me to go,
I'll go.
Okay, you got this.
If you like monster mayhem action, spectacle with great visual effects, and want to spend money on it, check it out. But be prepared to roll your eyes at terrible human plot to get these monsters to fight. Maybe even facepalm or cry a little bit because, wow, the plot it did not thicken. In fact, it melted and got on the floor, and I didn't have any bounty, quicker picker-upper to clean it up. And I couldn't open up my starbursts.
Okay, I can read my impression
Go
now.
for it.
I said, this is a product of the criticisms of 2014's Godzilla. More monsters and more of an attempt to create characters who aren't paper thin. However, the story is paper thin and the dialogue is laughable. And it tried a little too hard to make a statement.
Okay, I have my tweet, I guess, which I'll try and form into a quick sentence or two.
Brett's most anticipated of 2019. Here we go.
Also, maybe the most disappointing. Here's the thing. Ultimately, it was a fine
Yeah.
monster kaiju movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed myself.
Because
Yeah, I had fun.
you go in and primarily what you are looking for are the monster fights.
Mm-hmm.
I think it delivers on that.
Yeah.
It's
Definitely.
not as good as some other movies, but it definitely delivers. Like both Luke and Tyler said, though, the through lines on this, how it's all connected, is just lazy. I can't tell if I feel like they were maybe trying to capture a little bit of like that Pacific Rim campiness, but we just don't have enough American Godzilla movies that are actually campy for that
To make it work.
for audiences to really understand. If you have watched all 30 Godzilla movies
What?
from Japan, you're probably going to be like, oh yeah, like crappy dialogue is kind of part of it. And that's fair. However, this is 2019. We've had 2 movies in this monsterverse that have proven that you can have a good story with a good monster, and it can all work. And I just don't know why on your this is well, I just don't understand why it was so bad. Like, why was the
Here's the reason that I think. 2 actually. 1, there is way too many human characters in this movie. There's like 30.
Yeah, the cast is too big. And have you seen the cast for the next one?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
looked it up after.
oh no,
It's huge.
oh no,
It's ridiculous. It's like, why do I care about this soldier lady? I don't know her name. And they keep giving her all these lines and separate plot threads, and I'm just like, no, I don't need this. Come on, this is ridiculous. Show me. I need another fight now.
Yeah.
And they give it to
and
me.
I mean, to be fair, then they give it to you.
Yeah.
But and then the second one, and this seems to be a common thing that I've been seeing in big spectacle type movies. There's always a human villain.
as well.
Every time, I don't know, whatever, slight spoilers. Every time Charles Dance is on screen, I'm going, you are the least necessary thing in this movie. He's trying to bring on the apocalypse to save the earth, and it's just like, why is this a common thing in movies?
Right.
Why couldn't it just be
Ghidorah attacks.
they wake up, they use the orca to wake one up or something, and it happens on accident. I don't know. Happens real quick. Monsters are fighting now. That's it.
I just think you'd have a much more interesting. So Godzilla is all about metaphors. Like, historically, Godzilla is a metaphor, and almost everything else that comes through there, especially the Japanese versions, are all metaphors. And I think instead of hitting us over the head with this, you find this out very early, so I'm gonna maybe spoil things. This like eco-terrorism plot thread. Rather than that, why don't you make this about another very common Godzilla theme, which is the hubris of man. Like, the idea that you can control these. Let that be...
They control Mothra for a bit.
They do. And
They should have used that on Ghidorah, and then, I don't know, it breaks.
Right.
Then it's just a monster fight.
Yeah. And then they need Godzilla to help them.
Yeah. Or, like, maybe they're trying to use it on Godzilla. They somehow manage to control it for a bit, but that ends up waking them all up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I also...
I feel like they try and... Like, you can have a good story. They really overcomplicate it.
Yeah.
Gosh.
They
Just
do.
make it... Keep it simple. Keep it simple, people.
Keep it simple, stupid.
You know, well, one of the things that really frustrated me with you're gonna hear us complain about the human aspects of this because that's mostly what our complaints are. Like again, the monster fights in this
really good,
really pretty good.
While you're talking about the human thing, though, I remember the reviews came out for it, and Luke and I were kind of already texting, and we sent it to each other, I think, and I was like, I don't care about the human stuff. I just want to see monsters fight. Mm-hmm. But then, like, it's so in your face and so poorly done that you're like,
yeah,
okay, like I have to think about it now.
Right.
Like it has to be on my radar, and it's awful. Mm-hmm. It's just not good.
Yeah.
And no matter, like, the movie's just over 2 hours long, and I feel like we get more humans than monsters, which is kind of crazy to think because there's a lot of monsters in this one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It's super frustrating.
Yeah.
I'm just going to read my cons real quick.
Oh, yeah, do it. Go for it.
Human plot, just everything with it. Dialogue, human villains. Why? Performances. Except for one. I enjoyed one performance. I enjoyed Kyle Chandler. I thought he was funny.
I put dialogue, Vera Farmiga, and the story, just in general.
Mm-hmm.
It's just bad.
I have cast talent is wasted on a weak script.
Yeah.
Script. Plot and character motivations. Why characters are doing things.
That's Vera Farmiga's character as a whole.
Does not make sense. And or they flip on a dime.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones location hopping.
Turns.
They go all over, and the number of locations I don't think is bad, but just it's like, and we're there, and we're there.
Dude, okay, sorry. I'm on your turn things real quick. Mm-hmm. The moment they, like, revealed that Millie Bobby Brown, whatever her character's name was, like, knew what her mom was doing, I was like, this is so stupid. Like, yeah, this 14-year-old kid is totally okay with all this stuff.
Yeah.
Ugh. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, you're fine. Well,
let me interrupt.
Kyle Chandler's motivations also really frustrated me.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I felt like Kyle Chandler was like, all right, I'm in a Godzilla movie. Got it. And that was it. He nailed it, I thought. Well, nailed it for
the thing about his character, it just kills me. Like, you walk into this big war room. He's been there like 5 minutes.
He types in the password.
He walks in for like 5 minutes. He's like, no, you guys need to do this. And the guy who's leading the war room's like, yeah, he's right. We're going to do that. Like, what? Is this Fast and the Furious? Did we just completely change movies? Like, it's so weird.
Every major decision in that
movie
is made by him, who does not even want to be there.
Yeah. Who's been studying wolves.
My absolute favorite thing is they tied that bag. They're in packs. Like, oh no, they're literally not in a pack. Like, they're literally spread out.
They're completely different species
in completely different parts of the world. Like,
They also did the whole, like, you take down one and you can stop them all.
Yep.
That came back. I don't think you needed that. Like, I think it would have been fine if, like, the others had been... Oh, I don't... Again, maybe this is too much spoilers. Let me just put up the spoiler tag just in case anyone sees this. There's that whole, like...
Spoilers for Aladdin. No.
That I just think you could have gotten away with having the four main kaiju, and maybe you do have, like, the others emerging, but not necessarily, like, knowing what's going on or being under one's control.
Mm-hmm. You know what also really bothered me is the whole movie, the entire movie. They're like, Skull Island, Skull Island, Skull Island.
Gosh.
Hey, Skull Island, but over there, Skull Island. Hey, Skull Island.
We've lost the feed from Skull Island.
Hey, it's credits. Skull Island, Skull Island, Skull Island, Skull Island, and
Boston.
Then the credits end, and you're like, so what's happening at Skull Island? Like, are we gonna find out or no? Nope.
Nope.
Not gonna find out at all.
At the very end, there's I'll just say the cave painting. I'm just like, has this happened before?
And nobody knows.
It's the rematch that nobody's been waiting for.
I don't understand.
But I'm so excited to see it.
Also, the readily available PowerPoints, like, for characters.
During exposition?
History lesson. This all happened.
That's the other problem with the human sections is this is why you need a human point of view in this kind of movie is because you do have to have exposition.
Right.
But again, most lazy way of doing it is just having a character spew it out in one moment on screen to other characters and have a conveniently, readily available PowerPoint presentation to accompany you.
And I think the closest they got to doing it correctly was with the female doctor, who we think is part of the Mothra thing.
Yes.
She's kind of talking about her family and how she's like a third generation monarch employee and stuff. That's the closest they got to actually doing it right.
Right.
Other than that, they never do it. They're just like, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. That's Godzilla. All right, cool, thanks, bye. Back to monsters.
There's one.
Next episode of Dragon Ball Z, please. Like, it's just so ridiculous.
There's one human character moment that I really like, and that has to do near the end of the second act. That I think is really cool, and that's all I'll say about it. Even though we have the
with Kin.
Thing up. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
That's the one moment where I was like, yeah.
Old friend. Yeah.
Yep.
I enjoyed that moment too.
That was a good scene. As a whole, until I thought about it.
Like that, the whole beginning of that scene is packaged with this like deep mythology, and then it's gone.
Hey.
And then it was like,
I can't,
we're gonna forget about that. We're a little bit of a tease, but we don't really want to talk about it.
We're literally going to forget about it. literally going to. Yeah, that bothered me a little bit. But the scene is great.
I think we should move into some pros.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we've been kind of ragging on this movie that we all actually like.
Yeah, I do like it. Yeah, that's a good point. Glad you mentioned that.
All the Titans and all the fights were cool.
Yeah.
That was an understatement. However, my favorite thing about this movie is the freaking soundtrack. Was so good.
Yeah.
So you're talking about that mythology scene. The music during that scene where it's just this deep pounding soundtrack, but it's like it's Bear McCreary who did God of War, and it's very reminiscent of the God of War soundtrack, and it is. I listened to it almost all day at work on Friday. It is so good.
Yeah.
It's super epic. It's really well done. Oh man, I loved it.
Yeah.
At least go listen to the soundtrack.
I second that.
We mentioned the monster battles, but I think the monster design, the character designs for them were all
super
really
good.
Well. I was talking to Luke right after we watched it together. Right after we watched it, and I was like, I don't know if I love Ghidorah's head design all that much, but it's very reminiscent of that like Asian dragon.
Yeah.
And very true to the original. So I'm like, I'll back off on that. Like that's fine. They can have that one. Even though I'm more of I like the design of the Western dragon a little more.
And we just got through Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
My favorite was Mothra.
Oh, she's beautiful.
So
I loved it.
Every time Mothra shows up on screen, there'd always be these bright lights, and I'd just be like, "Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful!" And also with the soundtrack, also really
one of the interesting things that they do with the monster story and the human story, and again, I think they fail. No, we're trying to talk positive. Is that like they kind of mirror some things that happen in the monster story with the human story, and I think that's an attempt to get us to relate to them better. But I would have loved to see more Mothra just for that reason. There's a few things at the end of the movie where it's like very clearly what happened with the monsters is happening to the human, like is happening with the humans in terms of like I'm making certain choices just like they're making choices. But I really like there's this connection between Godzilla and Mothra that I just wish we could have explored more.
Yes. They talk about it.
They do.
You get exposition.
Exposition. Show, don't tell, boys.
They did show something.
They showed
a little
things.
tease for future about Mothra.
Yeah.
We're still in spoilers.
I'm not taking it down because I'll probably just mouth off something. Sorry, this is what happens when I have afternoon drinks.
Yeah, the visuals, like just the way all the monsters look, but with the lighting, I thought too was really cool. Like especially the lighting coming off Mothra specifically, I think I really liked.
Visuals. Like when each individual character gets their moment, has their moments, beautiful. I think that they do way too much.
You're gonna say what I was gonna say.
Of hiding the monsters during the fights via either smoke or
storm clouds
or poor framing. I'll say camera shots. Like in 2014's Godzilla, Gareth Edwards uses the camera and shots to really emphasize a sense of scale in that. And even though you don't get to see necessarily all that much of the early fights, during that last showdown, it's just, let's back it up. You can see it.
Here we go.
This is what you paid for.
Yep.
And I feel like because this movie starts off with you want more Godzilla? Here's they have 4 fights in total. 3 big ones. There's 3 fights. I just didn't ever have that sense of awe and wonder when watching them fight.
Yeah.
Those are cool moves, but it doesn't feel like I'm watching a city getting destroyed.
Right.
I feel like they're playing in a Lego
sandbox.
City.
Another thing that they did a lot of that it kind of bothered me after a while. At first I was like, oh man, that's really cool. But they did a lot of the money shots.
Yeah.
Like Ghidorah up on the hill. And Rodan doing a spin, or when he comes off the volcano or whatever. They kept doing those kind of things even after introducing the character.
Right.
I'm like, we get it.
I liked those.
We just want to see them fight.
I like seeing those.
I liked them at first, and then they kept doing it, and I'm like, all right. The only one
I kept making fake. I kept going like this during the movie.
Stephanie mentioned that. She's like, oh, I look over and I see Luke doing this.
The only one I welcomed was the post-cocoon Mothra one. That one's so good.
It's so beautiful.
Also in the trailer.
Yeah. That's another thing is everything's in the trailer. Pretty much. Except for outcomes of fights.
Which
you can pretty much predict.
Which is in the title.
If you know anything about movie structure and how acts work, you can guess who wins each fight before it starts.
Yeah.
As soon as you know who the players are, you know exactly what's going to happen. I don't think that's bad. It's just an interesting thing when I look back and I think about their marketing, and I'm like, I like their marketing. I wish they had held something back. Yeah. Because they didn't.
Yeah, their marketing made me think they had more.
Yeah.
But
I guess I just didn't care.
And that's fine.
I knew what I was getting into. Yeah. Except for the story part. I didn't know that it was actually going to be that bad, but I was just like, yeah, let's go. Show me the cool shots. Show me them fight. Show me the end.
But the fights were a lot of fun. I really enjoyed those. And then just the spectacle itself was one of my big pros. I just thought everything was good. I thought the sound was great in this one too.
Oh yeah.
Aside from music and soundtrack,
outside of the score,
I thought the sound was awesome. It was really well done.
There's one moment that I'm pretty sure everyone in the theater jumped, but I know Luke, me, and Stephanie were all like,
yeah, that was right at the beginning too.
It's underwater.
The underwater Godzilla part.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I should have expected it, but I did. But it still got me.
I felt kind of bad. I went and saw it by myself today, and I was sitting next to this couple that was very clearly on a date, and there's a couple moments where I face palmed, and they would look over at me, and I'm like, sorry. There's just things that were said in the movie where I'm just like,
critic.
There was actually one moment where I laid back like this. I was like, oh my gosh. Can we just move?
Luke and I looked at each other a number of times, and we're just like,
yeah, there's a moment in the trailer.
Really happen?
There's a moment in the trailer that is not an edit.
I legitimately was like, oh, some trailer house was like, we're gonna be super clever, and made this edit, and I was like, okay, well, it's fine, it's in the trailer.
Yeah, that was
trailer house did it, and then I see it in the movie.
That was the editor of the movie and the director that were like, yeah, let's do this. It's
fine.
Just why? Why, Charles Dance? Why?
So we've
eviscerated this
this movie that we all claim to actually enjoy.
Yes.
So here
I don't know. Like, it's kind of like a really fun bad movie, in my opinion. Like,
that's totally. So, and my final thoughts are on this is that, like, to me, this is Tremors. This is the B movie of this year that has some, like,
that had a really good budget and really good effects.
Yeah, but a really bad script that I'll watch again on home video and probably enjoy because I can look at my phone during
get drunk.
Yeah. And will, like, visual feast when the monsters are fighting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's my end review. If you like monster movies, go see this in the biggest screen you can.
Yeah.
But don't expect much out of the plot, man.
I have it as fanboy worthy.
I do too.
For that exact.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. If you're a Godzilla fanboy, you'll love this. If you
like monster movies, you'll like it.
If you like Pacific Rim, you'll like it.
Yeah.
I was talking about how I was that on this episode that I said I like Pacific Rim 2?
That was before we started.
Oh, that was before we started? Man, it all just blends together. I thought this was a lot better than Pacific Rim 2.
Oh, yes. Yeah. This is
better
me
than
too.
Pacific
Rim 2.
I haven't seen Pacific Rim 2.
You're a liar.
But it doesn't stack up for me next to the
Godzilla.
other movies in the MonsterVerse.
Oh,
I think it just sacrificed too much to try and appease and to be fair, it may have been the plan from the start to be like, this is going to be way more Godzilla.
But it felt like they were answering critics.
It just feels like they were answering the fans that said we want more Godzilla.
The first Godzilla is like, here's what would happen if Godzilla's in our world. This one is like sci-fi movie.
It really is.
They're in an airplane the entire movie.
Or an underwater.
Oh my gosh, that
giant
so
underwater base.
Yeah.
That follows. Yeah.
Dude, do you think
same set as the Meg?
Dude, do you think the Meg is a part of this universe?
Yes. I'm glad that we both immediately went to the Meg.
That made this movie so much better. No,
I mean, there's a bunch more monsters, right?
So yeah.
So the Megalodon isn't one of them.
We all give it fanboy worthy.
We all enjoyed it despite our
lashing of it.
Yeah.
I think it's fine to have like critical response to something you enjoy.
Yeah.
And honestly,
it's okay to dislike things.
For me,
we've been saying that a lot.
I know.
For me, I think I'm hard on it because I really do love the franchise and I want it to be better. I feel like it should, and not that it has to pander to me.
No. But this is your opinion.
This is my opinion on it, and I think generally other critics, professional critics certainly tend to agree. These are people who study film. Mm-hmm. But if you just want a good time,
you want a good summer blockbuster,
this is a
good one
to go get a tub of popcorn, chomp on down, and
enjoy.
So
enjoy the monster. Oh my gosh!
What?
I cannot believe it is actually that low.
Yeah, it's at 39% on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
I thought it was closer
87
to
audience, and you have to like prove that you got a ticket now.
Yeah.
So, there's no messing around. I reviewed it.
So that's the like.
I need to make an account.
That is the Rotten Tomatoes score is my internal struggle, because there's part of me that says so much of this movie is at that 39%, and so much of that movie is at that 87%,
Mm-hmm.
and I would have settled for a flat 60 or 70%, I think. Because at least I would be consistent. But it's hard for me to justify this, like, tearing apart internally.
I ain't got to justify nothing. I had a fun time.
Yeah. like I was totally in denial when I saw the Rotten Tomatoes score initially. I was like, "There's no way the plot is that bad." And then like I sit down and I start watching, and like within 30 minutes, I'm like, "No, it is. They're really doing this.
It is that bad.
They are doing this. This is actually what they're going for." And so that sucks, but like Luke said, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I was half asleep, but it was a lot of fun.
That's the thing. It's really not as like
Sally Hawkins.
when you look at some of the other like
Forgot she was in the movie. Oh my gosh. Bye.
that's the other thing when they I guess we're in spoilers when they kill off
You don't even
one
know it.
character you don't I mean first I guess they kill off some like generic soldier men.
Ken Watanabe was crying over for a bit, and I was like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Let's just go.
Well, she's a holdover from the original. Wasn't she
right.
in? She was in the 2014 one.
Yeah.
So like,
Maybe.
why did I not care more about that? And
Maybe
it's
even less than
because-
this one.
Yeah. But like,
I can't believe, like, I saw her name and I was like, what? She was in this? Oh, yeah. Like a pole fell on her or something. I don't remember.
no, she gets eaten.
No, I don't think so.
Who got eaten?
Ghidorah.
The pilot. He's like, ah!
No.
Ghidorah eats her.
Ghidorah eats her.
Yeah.
She does?
Yeah.
Yeah, because then he tosses her to his other head.
Wow, I missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
was
totally missed that.
I was like, okay, you just killed off a major character. Why can't I remember who that is? I was like, oh no, this is where this is going because it happens
I
within
thought-
like the first 10 minutes of the movie.
I seriously just thought something landed on her.
No.
Like,
She gets eaten.
She gets
like a silo went. And she's like, no.
I think.
because I think that that's the idea is that like, oh, this is the bad guy. He ate one of the protagonists.
Godzilla's not allowed to eat people.
Yeah.
It's a rule.
Anyways,
Even though he
we've
kills
talked about Godzilla
tons.
for a while.
We need to do these questions.
Let's get into the fan box.
so we can get up out of her.
Fan box.
How long have we been going?
About 2 hours and so.
Do we need to split this into 2 episodes?
Listen, no, it's episode 100.
We've earned this.
We've earned this. Next week will be shorter.
that is your foot.
That's my foot.
Okay.
Yeah, next week will be a lot shorter.
We do have one more giveaway.
What?
We have one more giveaway.
What?
Bum bum bum.
We do.
I don't remember what it is.
While Brett
Oh,
does
yeah.
that, I'm going to refresh my beverage.
Do it. So we have, as you may know,
Our sponsor this week.
we are not sponsored by Mountain Dew.
By JT. He got us this movie.
That's why I'm pouring it
Oh, that makes sense.
I can still see the bottle.
So we've had shirts available for a while, and we are going to have our second version of What the Fanboy t-shirts coming out. We don't have them here. I don't have the ability just to throw up what I do, but I don't right now. Have the ability to just show you what they look like. Trust me, they're gonna be awesome, and they're gonna be free for people who win this. So we're gonna give away 3 shirts. They're gonna be the new shirts. They're not gonna be the blue with the headphones. They're gonna be something extra special. So
Are they gonna be pink?
they are not gonna be pink. I can confirm that.
Are they going to be pink?
I can neither confirm nor deny they're gonna be pink.
Are they going to be this color?
For
For the people listening on audio, I'm holding up a pink napkin.
So all you have to do to enter to win on this one is comment on this YouTube video or this SoundCloud
Link.
file link, and tell us what you love most about What the Fanboy. Then your
I
name
doubt
will go
it's
into
me.
your name will go into a drawing, and just like all the others, your names are going into a hat, and we'll pick. But for this one, we'll pick 3 winners.
Be a winner.
Yeah, let us know what you love about What
You're
the Fanboy.
competing with me. Just a reminder. I'm
Tyler
trying to win
is
everything.
Gonna win everything, I think, somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not
And then-
actually possible, but he could do it.
When I win Jurassic Park, I want you guys to sign it.
I will absolutely sign that for you.
Do you want me to sign it as me or somebody else?
You just almost knocked my drink out of my hand.
Why don't you slurp into that cup a little louder, right next to your mic?
I mean, I can. You really want me to?
That was me.
Yeah, that was...
So,
all right.
let us know what you like about What the Fanboy.
Brett's so tired of
win a
us.
free t-shirt.
Brett's like, I'm just trying to get through the giveaways.
Get on to the next point.
And Luke and I are over here like, I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do. Thank you, James McAvoy, for that great acting in Dark Phoenix.
Oh my gosh.
Is that next week's episode? Dark Phoenix?
That comes out this week.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, jeez.
I forgot about that. And
I
I
probably-
watched a trailer for it today.
Boy, we're gonna have so much fun with
Okay,
that movie.
We need a good movie to
Real
have a
quick.
good episode.
So we go to the Regal most of the time.
Yeah.
There is an AMC in Wichita as well, but in IMAX they're like, here's an IMAX preview for Dark Phoenix, and they play it.
And then
And then they play a Dark Phoenix trailer. It's like 10 minutes. Like,
they did that today too, yeah.
the movie doesn't look good. I'm sorry. And you're not going to convince me, IMAX, unless...
Neither did Aladdin.
Yeah, this does not look as good as. This is worse than Aladdin.
Yeah.
This looks worse than Aladdin.
This is a
messing with
first-time director. This is his first movie. I don't
Everyone's
trust
got to
him.
start somewhere. Steve
Olivia
Spiel-
Wilde started on a $1 million budget teen comedy, probably something that she could relate to. Like, she's like, oh, this is how I was when I grew up.
You can't relate to being an X-Men?
Heck no!
Okay. So tune
wish I
in
could,
next
'cause
week
that means I'd have
when we
superpowers.
inevitably rip apart Dark Phoenix.
Listen, I'd love to love it, but
Um,
chances are quite low.
we have some good questions.
We
and
should-
I'd
we
like
need
to
to
get
get-
into those.
We need to do those. And we need to do those at a brisk pace.
Game Lord Master, our good friend Nick,
Hello.
asks, what has changed the most in your lives since starting the podcast? From SoundCloud to the big stage of YouTube. Guys, are we YouTube stars now? Is that what Nick's saying?
I mean, we do have a video with like almost 300,000 views.
If only it was the actual episode.
Yeah, I know.
How did that happen?
No one knows how that. We can't. We haven't been able to replicate it. So.
Don't tell people that.
Oh shoot.
I got onto the YouTube Studio app the other day, and I was like looking at the YouTube views because I was bored.
Mm-hmm.
How did that happen? It doesn't make any sense.
You know what amazes me even more? How many views our Infinity War commentary got?
It's like 500.
Yeah.
And that's a long video.
That's a long. I mean, retention isn't like.
Not as long as this video, boy.
You know.
Well,
but
not yet, I guess.
It's like
but...
500 people watched that,
Or clicked it.
or at least started watching it.
Like, oh, these guys suck.
My guess is that they clicked on it and they were like, "Well, this isn't what I was expecting."
Good.
But
Thank
for those
you.
of you who have stuck
Hey,
around,
subverting expectations. That's what we do here at What the Fanboy.
so what has changed most in our lives? I assume because of What the Fanboy.
Yes.
Well,
I actually went through and wrote down my answers to all of
I'm
these questions.
so impressed.
you go first then, so I can
Um,
think of the biggest change.
Honestly, for me, I've actually become a lot more comfortable with myself, like in public settings, talking to people, which I've always been comfortable doing it, but like now if it's somebody, like we got to go and interview people. And I, like the first time I ever did it, I felt like an absolute mess. And then since then, I've felt a lot better about it. Like I don't have as much trouble approaching people as I used to. And I think that's just from doing this every week, like live.
Yeah.
You know, granted we don't have 1 million people watching us, but you know, there's people watching us, and we have to somewhat act civil, right?
And,
Yeah. And so, like, I think I'm a little more confident in myself in that
that.
regard.
That's
So
awesome.
I would say that would be my biggest change.
I think I've realized kind of the biggest change is just in my opinion. I was always really concerned about, like, oh, I have to like this, or I have to dislike this, or I can't like this, or something like that. And now I'm just like, I don't know. I care less about what people think about me.
Yeah. Like what you like.
Like, I like what I like, I dislike what I like, and I don't care about what I don't care about now.
Yeah.
You dislike what?
I don't know what I said. Okay, here's another thing.
It was
I've
perfect.
also learned that I have no idea what I'm talking about half the time. I'm up here just spitting words out, hoping that something makes sense, and usually it doesn't.
And it works. It works for you. It fits your personality so well.
I could kind of disguise it sometime.
I love it.
Sometimes, dang it.
I tried to help you out. What about
It's
you,
whatever.
Brett? I wonder what Brett's gonna say because I think of
I've also learned that I say a lot of words wrong. Like, strategy, I say wrong.
yeah, you say strategy.
I say strategy.
Oh, interesting.
Because strategy is a tragedy.
Gosh.
Also, I say granite, not granted, most of the time. You're going to pick up on that now.
Yeah.
Everybody, they're going to be like, he said granite again. This dude loves rock.
Loves the rock.
But, you know what you think? It doesn't matter what you think. The Rock. Sorry.
It's all good.
I just, I love interrupting Brett also.
We have, that has...
Because, you know...
I always need to have something over here to throw at you because I need it every episode.
And it's always one of us. Like, if it's not you, it's me. Or our guest.
What has
We need to
changed
get
the
our
most for me? I've aged dramatically.
Heck yeah! The fool is old as crap!
I didn't move my hand and it just
I was
whipped.
trying to use the playback and...
Oh, yeah.
Does that work?
So,
What is happening?
We're losing our minds.
Aged dramatically?
I've not aged dramatically, but I thought that was a fun little joke. No, I'd say the older you get and the more you, like, out of the, Luke, as of the time of this recording, is single. Tyler, at the time of this recording,
Woo! Baby! Yeah!
is married, no kids, and I am married with a kid. And, like, the further you get from where Luke is to where I am, I feel like it's harder and harder to socialize. And so it's just been fantastic being able to, like, see friends once a week. Maybe that sounds really depressing,
No.
but, like,
It makes sense.
like,
Brett,
life is hard.
Do you need a hug?
I love hugs.
Tyler, give him a hug.
I'm giving him a
I don't
hug.
wanna touch
It's
him.
the beautiful Brett Eitzen.
And honestly, just, like, being able to hang out with friends who we can just all talk about stuff.
Nerdy stuff.
Nerdy stuff. We can fight a little bit about The Last Jedi, and then at the end of the day, know that it doesn't really matter.
Oh, I love doing that.
Like, that's fantastic, and I love it, and I love you guys.
Love you too, man. I always think of this. So this is going to be weird. When I saw that question, I thought about you specifically, and I was like, I wonder what Brett would say, being that this is like a creative outlet for you, which is something that you like really enjoy doing on the side, like aside from just recording the podcast with us. Like creating video content and things like that is something that you enjoy. So I was wondering if you would say something about that, but obviously I was wrong.
Oh, I am the super emotional guy.
Yeah.
So, like, that's always gonna trump, like, me having fun.
I'd
making
rather
things.
cry.
I'm the reactionarily emotional guy.
Yeah.
I overdo it.
All right.
I
Let's
am
move on to
the-
our next question. Thank you,
Middle guy.
Mr. Lepke, for that one. At Shorts King Joel asks, or he has a comment about a question.
I have a question for him.
I don't.
He says, I hate this idea, but I kind of think this could be the future as well. Discuss. And the idea is, he retweeted at Neon Taster. What a weird Twitter handle.
What does
I
neon taste like?
I predict that the next big thing in regurgitating popular franchises will be the retquel, which is essentially a retcon sequel, which is what they did with Jurassic World and the newest Terminator. Sequels that ignore all of the bad sequels and pretend to be a direct sequel to the last good movie in the franchise.
Yeah, that's going on.
It's happening, and
that's currently going on.
I do definitely see it continuing.
Mm-hmm. Call of Duty's doing it too.
Yeah, even video games are doing it.
Like, speaking of...
I mean, yeah, Alien
yeah.
has kind of been doing it, I feel like.
Then, like, the tweet said Jurassic World.
DC is about to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
X-Men Marvel has done it every single movie, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I think works well in a, like, comic... Like, almost like... Well, but comics get away with just rebooting all the time. I don't know. I think I'd rather just have a reboot than a... Retquel. Because it gives you a clean slate, and you're not tied to any of the old stuff at all.
It's
What
kind
I
of...
was talking about earlier with Superman, man.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and I mentioned it about the Flash movie and Spider-Man Homecoming. Like, getting rid of the baggage is sometimes very necessary.
Sometimes you just got to take a dump.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's true.
Okay, so thank you for that, Joel. You said you had a question for Joel, or was that just a smart comment you were making?
No, it was just a smart comment.
Oh, okay, cool. I can't keep track of it.
It's okay.
At this point.
It's okay.
JT asks, "Who is your favorite female lead in a video game, movie? In a video game, movie, or comic book?" So I guess you can answer for all of them if you really want, or if you just want to pick one of those.
That is so tough.
Female lead.
Can I choose one that is about to be the lead of a video game?
Sure.
Kate from Gears of War 4.
Oh, yes.
I really liked her character, and I'm excited that she will now be the main character in Gears 5.
Yeah. I'm going to go with...
and Wonder Woman in comic books.
I'll go with rebooted Lara Croft.
Like it.
I really like her arc over kind of each individual game, but that whole story is really cool, and it was nice to see a little bit of a younger take on that character than what like Angelina Jolie in the previous games gave us.
Yeah.
Movies. Emily Blunt's character in Sicario.
Yeah, that's good.
Really good.
It's really good.
TV, Princess Allura in Voltron. I'm going to go with that. And then comics. My favorite female comic book character is Wonder Woman. However, I'm actually going to say Barbara Gordon, Oracle. That was a character, that was a side character that really got changed when she got paralyzed, and she really became her own. And like, she's awesome as Batgirl, but she might be better as Oracle. Like, she has an incredible story and journey.
I'm excited to read that Chuck Dixon Birds of Prey that I picked up.
Like, I think that's an awesome character, and I would really love to see her portrayed in a live action movie.
Movie for me, Amy Adams' Arrival. I was thinking about that, or Natalie Portman
In Annihilation.
In Annihilation, I was like, I think Amy Adams just squeaks by. But yeah. And I don't probably read enough comic books to
That's okay.
answer that one. But
Good question, though. Definitely one that
Carrie
requires
Russell's
a lot of
character
time.
in The Americans also for TV.
yeah.
Wowzers, what a story.
Okay. Thank you, JT, for that question. At Leroy Kelly.
I think this was supposed to be 50 million. I know it said 50,000.
I see what you say there. That makes way more
Yeah.
sense. He asked, will Dark Phoenix make over $50,000 an opening weekend? And
I think it was 50 million.
I think he meant 50 million. I kind of just took it as maybe it was a joke.
Hey, I said Hellboy was going to make $12 and it made $12 million.
Yeah.
So let's go with 50 million.
What did Apocalypse make?
That's what I'm looking up right now.
I think it made 63.
Guess I didn't spell that right.
Put a dash in the X-Men.
That's ridiculous.
Just type X-Men. It understands it's a franchise.
I think its opening weekend was 63.
Let's see.
Go by
65.8.
I think it'll make over.
domestically is what that made.
Just so you guys know, I put over a long time ago when I was doing my notes.
You did. I would have said over too, simply because you have
It's a superhero franchise.
it's a superhero franchise. B, it's not a Marvel, and most people know that it's not like
True Marvel.
MCU Marvel.
Yeah.
But it's got the Marvel name attached to it, and it also has Sophie Turner, who, like her or not, was a part of Game of Thrones, and so it does have a big name attached to it. So I think over is pretty safe.
I say over also.
Yeah.
I say not by a lot, though.
It's not going to make... It's not doing crazy numbers.
I think it's going to be over...
It's not doing Aladdin numbers.
It's going to do over 50 million and over 50,000.
And 50,000. All right. From our good
Hot
friend
take.
at Pronounced Ian. He has 2 questions. He tried to get out of one of those questions, but I
he's
said,
not.
no,
You can't do that.
you asked it, we will answer. What is the worst movie ever made?
I have 2 answers.
Go for it.
The Room and Catwoman. I think it's a close race for those 2 movies.
See, you're correct.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the question in a different way, also with worst movie ever made and least favorite movie. I also have 2 answers. Minions. I hate that movie with a burning passion. Oh my gosh. The other one, answering both least favorite and worst made, Gentlemen Broncos. I think that movie is absolute disgusting trash. And you can't change my mind.
Didn't Chris get you to watch that?
I watched it with a large group of people, and I wanted to just smash his expensive TV. I hated it so much.
Okay. I had to look this up because I couldn't remember exactly what it's called.
Oh my. Can't remember the title. It's got to be bad.
So,
Tremors 5, Cold Day.
Is it
this is actually...
Episode 8, The Last Jedi? Got him! Notice I didn't say Star Wars there.
I know, you're very clever. Very clever. Okay.
Because it's not a Star Wars movie.
Only for the sake of my argument against Brett there. Yeah.
This is interesting. I hadn't looked at these stats. This is actually a fairly well-regarded movie that I absolutely hate.
Is it The Fountain by Martin Scorsese?
Nope. It is Incident at Loch Ness.
Never heard of it.
This is a Werner Herzog movie. It's essentially a movie about a documentary about Loch Ness. And it's an adventure horror movie. It's one of those, like, while filming the documentary, everything goes wrong and the Loch Ness Monster attacks them.
Wow.
But it is just awful. And
We need a remake.
it has like a 62% on Rotten Tomatoes. On Google users, 72% of people like this movie.
I mean,
I don't understand.
It's only fresh by 3%, so...
I just don't understand. It's got, Werner Herzog and Zach Penn is the screenwriter and director.
Wow.
So, like, it's got big names. I'm sure that's why I watched it. I watched it, it's been years now. This was a 2004 movie. I probably watched it in 2007 or 8.
You actually get to see the monster.
I believe so. It's never, like, super clear.
Does it look like the water horse?
Hey, the water horse is right there.
Perfect. Yes.
So that's mine. I don't know. Again, everything's so subjective now that I don't know if I could. Maybe The Room.
Gosh, that movie's so bad.
It's so bad.
But it's
But
so
bad,
good.
It's good. I don't know.
I'd go to another screening of that.
Oh, dude.
I'd go
do
to
that
a screening
so quick.
just to watch people.
Dude, it's so fun.
I will never watch that in my own house, though.
Okay.
I tried. I couldn't get through it.
Ian's second question says, what top actor, big name actor, in a decently funded movie laid a huge egg? No Batman references.
Wait, read it again.
What? I'll read it word for word. I kind of editorialized that. What top actor, big name only, in a decently funded movie that just laid a huge egg. So a big old like that sucked, and he's a big name actor, and this was a big movie.
My answer
But
took
can't do
2
Batman.
seconds.
Can't be a Batman.
Tom Cruise and The Mummy.
Oh yeah.
God, the movie sucks so bad.
Exactly.
Did I tell you guys we watched that movie for the first time the other day?
It's
Stephanie and I did. It is so bad.
I still haven't watched it, and I've heard enough to know that I don't want to.
Bad.
Any Terminator movie after
2.
2, excluding Sarah Connor Chronicles, which is good, but that's a TV show. Because you get Arnold in there, and you get James Cameron going, "Oh yeah, this is it," and then it's big old stinky pile of poop.
Man, that's brutal. I'm trying to think of another one.
Mm-hmm.
No Batman references.
Yeah.
You take out so many. Okay, no Batman references, then I'll throw you Superman 3 and Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. Oh. My favorite part is Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. So they have a hair from Superman, and it's what they use to clone him. And it's tied to a bar, and then it's tied to something that says 1 ton. They break the glass, they get some hedge clippers, and they go, tink! And they cut it, and it's holding up 1 ton. They just go...
Oh my gosh.
It's like, who was not paying attention on the set that day?
That's awesome. Are you trying to think of movies that bombed? Are you looking them up?
Yeah.
Hellboy.
Dude.
Oh, is it bombed or just awful
No,
performances,
it's,
I guess?
the movie did not have to bomb. It's just an awful performance.
Okay. That performance wasn't horrible. I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't
it's
think
tough.
any off the top of my mind.
I just immediately thought of The Mummy. Like I didn't.
Yeah.
Like I read the question. I was like, Mummy, stamp it and seal it. That's it.
I'm gonna go with Baywatch, the reboot.
Oh yeah.
It has Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Zac Efron in it, and both of them I thought were just horrible. I didn't think either one of them was funny. I know you like that movie.
I do like that movie.
I
I think
like
it's
that
pretty
movie,
funny.
too.
I really hated every second of that. And I watched the extended version too, and gosh, I did not need that scene.
Ooh,
What did you
Idris
guys...
Elba and Matthew McConaughey in The Dark Tower. That's another one, and I watched that one, and it's bad.
Okay,
And Jackie Earle Haley's in that movie.
I really didn't like Brad Pitt in World War Z. What did you guys think about that?
I
think that movie's kind of forgettable. I don't think it's bad though.
I don't remember. I remember liking the movie,
Okay, well,
but yeah, I don't know. The first one I thought of was like Terminator Salvation and Terminator 3. I kind of liked 3 though. I think that one's kind of a guilty pleasure, but and then
Deep Blue Sea.
Genesis, no, that movie's incredible.
Yeah, the movie's great.
Still
Still need to watch the sequel.
Yeah, we do.
Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
Oh my gosh. That was so dumb.
I actually don't think that's that much of him laying an egg, though, and more of just it being poor use of him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey definitely didn't lay an egg in
So
Dark Tower. I just said that movie laid an egg. Idris Elba tried everything he could.
yeah, no. Sometimes it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Okay, at Siebel, thank you, Ian, for that question. At Siebel TV asks, I've got 3.
Okay, this is what I'm excited about.
And his questions are all about
E3.
video games or E3. What is your most anticipated game at E3? Biggest flop. So prediction on what you think the biggest flop at E3 will be.
Like the game that everybody's excited about and it'll actually have a crappy reveal? Or do we mean like it'll do well, do bad sales wise?
That's a good question. I kind of interpreted it as
I got my answer.
what game you think will show up at E3 and no one will just be like,
Everybody will be like,
oh, that was not a good.
Okay, that's what I
game.
thought.
So
Okay.
far, these answers for me have been like, yeah.
And then the most anticipated second half game of this year. So the game that's releasing this year in the second half of the year. What's your most anticipated?
All right, so most anticipated E3 conference or game, Cyberpunk 2077. Hands down, I'm so jacked for that game. I've loved everything they've shown me so far, and I want more. Biggest flop is going to be when EA shows more of whatever they're planning for Anthem.
Actually, I think it got pulled from their...
They, on their stream, they said they're going to be at
they?
EA Play.
Okay.
EA isn't there, but they have EA
Right.
Play.
Yeah.
I'm kind of doing a loophole.
Sure,
but
that's fine. It's acceptable.
people are going to just be like,
Did you see
"Screw
that
this."
that their Twitter account didn't put out an official tweet for a month?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they tweeted, and I was like, what? What is happening? And then I watched their most recent stream. That was actually news we skipped.
Yeah.
They revealed stuff for the Cataclysm.
That was supposed to come out in May.
It was supposed to come out at the end of April. In April. The drops are supposed to start happening at the end of March. And now it's June.
May. Oh, it is June.
June.
Oh, gosh.
Actually, I did forget something. I played Anthem for a bit because there was a new patch and update, and I played it for a bit. I still have fun playing that game, but...
Can I tell you guys something?
Yes.
I uninstalled Anthem today, actually.
That's fine.
Need that space.
I was downloading NHL 19 for free.
I played it for about 45 minutes, and I was like, I'm going to play Elder Scrolls Online.
So you said Anthem's your big flop. What's your most anticipated second half game?
What's coming out? I need some games that are coming out.
Call of Duty?
It's not going to be Call of Duty.
Gears?
I probably won't get that.
I can't spell.
Borderlands 3?
I've only played a little bit of the first one.
Let's see.
All the sports games.
Maybe if there's all of a sudden a crazy reveal that Last of Us Part 2 is for some reason coming out this year, then...
Doom Eternal. The Outer Worlds.
The Outer Worlds is this year?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Is that the...
That's the one who made the original Fallout team?
Okay, maybe that one. I don't know.
That already came out.
I guess maybe Death Stranding. It's the only one I know. Can't wait for that game to come out and not play it. I don't know, though. Maybe they'll show more. I'll be like, okay. I doubt it, though. Anyway, you guys. How about you guys? Tyler, you go.
All right.
I can
So,
look up
most
stuff.
anticipated at E3, Gears 5. Very easy for me to say that. But also Call of Duty. Just curious to see more of this engine. I really am curious to see what they got to show for it. Biggest flop, Square Enix's Avengers game, I think is going to be an absolute dumpster fire. Ooh. I don't think that's going to be good. The game was announced 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And they've had nothing to show for it. Brett talked earlier about Death Stranding and how it's being built on an old engine. Need I say more? I'm not looking forward to that. I don't think it'll be good at all. And then my most anticipated second half game is Gears 5. I mean, I hate that I have to use that twice, but
no, it's fine.
I guess if I were to say something that's a little more obscure, but is also second half game this year, there's a game coming out called Control.
Yes.
Made by the team who made Alan Wake, which Alan Wake is actually in my top 5 games of all time.
Oh.
So I'm excited about that.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, you stole mine.
Yeah, that's mine. I thought I was going to have to say Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening Switch remake, but no, it's freaking Star Wars, man.
Mine would be that if Alan Wake's team wasn't making a new game and if Gears didn't exist.
Yeah.
But Gears is, like you guys know, one of my favorite franchises. So
There's a game coming out called Outer Wilds and one coming out called Outer Worlds.
Yep.
That's just confusing.
Untitled Goose Game for Switch and PC. All right, Brett, you're up.
Okay.
Goose.
Most anticipated game. I'm really hoping for some Halo Infinite.
I feel like they'll have something.
I think they'll have something.
They have to have something.
They'll have a trailer.
But again, I think it'll just be probably a trailer and not
maybe a little bit of gameplay.
A whole bunch more? Maybe. I don't know. I still don't think that game's coming out until fall 2020.
Yeah.
So
With the new console?
yeah.
Maybe that would be the biggest, most anticipated thing. Just a console
It's
reveal.
just a console reveal.
Yeah.
I don't want one. I'm not excited for console reveals at all. Like, I really think we still have plenty of life left in these consoles. I don't really think we need anything.
I mean, I certainly don't. With
Your
the
X.
the One X is like trucking. It's doing great.
I mean, you could probably wait. Most games that I feel like would be on both. Like Cyberpunk said, it will be on current gen.
Honorable mention: Pokemon Sword and Shield. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
I gotta represent the little guy in the room. I love me some Pokemon.
I think for biggest flop,
Thank you for pulling that up.
I think biggest flop is gonna be Nintendo hardware.
The Switch XL.
I think they'll announce the Switch XL, and people are gonna look at it and be like, not enough. Not enough of a change to actually justify this thing existing. There's my prediction.
I feel like another huge flop. I mean, it was my most anticipated second half game. I feel like another huge flop could be Fallen Order. Like people, like they show the stuff and people are like, "This is it."
I'm not terribly worried about it.
I'm not worried. It could happen though.
I think people will look at that game and be like, "Oh, it doesn't look as pretty as I thought it would," because I think it's probably running on the Titanfall 2 engine. And the Titanfall 2 engine is not the prettiest. I think it'll be a fantastic game. I just don't think it'll be like
Gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, that looks like Call of Duty 2019 or
which actually looks really good visually.
Or
oddly enough,
Destiny or Death Stranding or what pick your name of a game. Battlefield.
Tetris.
Right? Like
Tetris 99.
It will probably very different genre.
That game has awesome graphics.
Hard to compare. That's all I have to say. It's hard to compare.
What is Cadence?
And then
it's a music game.
Really?
My most anticipated second half of the year would probably be Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. However, since you said that one,
sorry.
No, it's fine. And Control would have been another one that's really on my radar. Outer Worlds, I think it looks really interesting. I don't know, but I'm kind of guessing there's going to be a Destiny expansion. I don't know if that counts.
June 6th.
I am very excited for June 6th. June 6th is when they're talking about the future of Destiny 2. So
when are we expecting Sony to like have their own little thing? When is that?
Probably the week after or the week
I'd
leading
say
up
the
to.
week leading up to.
Do they just do it like
which is like next
the
week right?
of? They're like, oh, there's nothing going right now. Let's go live.
Yeah.
Well, if it starts on the 11th, is that what
They'll
we
probably
said?
start Sunday night, I imagine. Start revealing
Where's
stuff.
my calendar?
I hope they have another banjo player.
Oh my! Last year's was. I did not like last year's.
It was bad, but I did enjoy the music they gave me.
The Ghosts of Tsushima. Did that game ever come out?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's coming out this year, isn't it?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Oh no,
I don't think it's ever gonna come out.
maybe not.
I haven't heard anything about it.
I'm
But
guessing that will be a launch title.
Probably.
Along with Last of Us Part 2 and every other game that they have.
Guys, I just looked at the clock.
Yeah.
We've been here a while.
No, it's fine.
I mean, it's episode 100.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's the last question. Luke doesn't want to be done.
It's not the last question. Logan asked a question.
Yes, what time are we going live?
No, he asked, what is your favorite What the Fanboy memory?
That's right.
Oh,
And I actually have that on my notes.
I didn't write that one down. I'm sorry.
I have
Logan.
mine.
I got you, Logan.
I'm so sorry.
I got you. We're
My
brothers.
phone's doing things.
Oh no.
It happens.
It does.
I think Luke and I might have the same one.
I don't know. Maybe probably not actually. No, it's not. What's yours?
Interviewing Kevin Conroy.
That's not mine.
What's yours?
The one I'm most nostalgic about is when. Sorry, Brett, you're not involved.
It's fine.
Oh.
Doesn't hurt my feelings at all.
So about 1 year and 3-ish weeks, 1 year and 1 month ago, me, Tyler, and Chris went to Buffalo Wild Wings because we were hungry. We ended up talking a lot about comic books and superhero movies and Star Wars.
2 years.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, 2 years ago. Sorry. 2 years ago in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Time flies. We ended up talking about like, why don't we just do this? Well, we're 100 episodes later. That is my favorite. That was such a fun conversation to be like, Wonder Woman is it. It's our first episode. We have one mic. I have logic. Let's just do it. And then we did our first episode. It's a bad episode. I think people should go listen to it. It's an hour and a half of literally just reviewing Wonder Woman. No news, no what we've been doing or anything. No questions. Listen to it. It's bad and it's great. Like
Blast from the past.
Or don't.
So like I mean it's just when we decided to do it, and then our first episode is actually my favorite. It's because we actually did it.
Yeah.
And now look at us now. 100.
I don't know.
Hey, that's our thing.
I don't know. Both of you. I don't know where that started or why that started, but I like it.
Well, early in the episode, I put my hand out because I wanted everybody to like do a
fist bump.
like a
together
I don't
team.
know, it was a Power Rangers thing.
All hands
Everybody
on-
put
all
their
hands
hands in.
on deck.
All hands on deck.
Nobody did anything, and then I complained about it, and Tyler gave me a fist bump, and then that happened.
Yes.
I'll say my favorite memory. It riffs off of yours a bit.
Was it when we took you to dinner?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. But just that, I think the first time sitting down and being like, I'm a part of this, was really cool.
Like officially or on our
No,
episode?
officially.
Okay.
Officially.
Because you were on episode 3.
I was on episode 3. I
E3
don't know
2017.
why you brought me back, but okay.
Literally only for the video stuff.
Well, we're doing it.
That's
so.
it.
We're doing it live.
Man, I could have so much less work if I would actually just do the video stuff and not be a host.
Yeah, it would take you like 2 minutes.
Yeah. We'd be doing all sorts of fancy graphics. Oh no, I don't want to sell you guys on this.
Yeah, it's
Anyways.
fine.
I'm good with what we got.
Anyways. Yeah, no, just like sitting down and going around the horn and being introduced. I think it was Chris. We didn't really change up seating for a while.
I always introduced Chris. Chris would get Tyler, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We changed it when we moved here because it used to be at me and Chris's house when we were sitting around the couches.
But the very first episode, it was you, it was Chris, and then it was me, but we skipped me. We're like, and there's definitely no one sitting next to me except for Tyler over here. I'm pretty sure is how that went. And
Yeah.
then I think you introduced me, and we just took off.
the
I mean,
rest
you guys
is
were already
history.
you guys were already flying. I just grabbed on and like
Held
I'm
on.
along for the ride.
He was
We
holding
pulled
on to the
you in.
string.
Yeah.
Don't let go.
So
Oh man, so many good memories though. Interviewing Conroy was incredible.
Yeah, that was just. I think that was when I realized, like,
Just getting the pass into there.
well, I just think, like, I remember we walked in and we talked to Jerry, and I was just like,
Jerry.
holy crap, this is real. Like, this is a thing. This really actually did something for us other than just be a fun outlet. Like, it actually got us in the room with people that never in a million years I thought I would talk to.
When they gave us those little wristbands, I was like, what?
Yeah, right. It was just so cool, and it's not, it was something 5 years ago. If you'd asked me if I ever saw myself doing something like this, I would have told you no.
yeah.
No way. Never in a million years. But here we are, 100 episodes in, 2 Comic Cons of press. Like, we've done some pretty cool stuff.
Planet was almost what I said.
Yeah, Planet
Just
was
showing
cool.
up to Planet and like with you in our matching shirts.
Yeah, and
That
just
was
walking
awesome.
in and, doing
press passes.
the panel and standing up and just being like, so, everybody, what's up?
What do
What do
we're
you
all
guys
creators,
do?
Right? What do you guys do?
And so, like, I just think, I don't know, like, a lot of the memories for me outside of interviewing people is just, like, getting to hang out with you guys and laugh and joke and talk about stupid stuff when the camera's not recording us.
Yeah.
We literally do this all the time.
Like, we record it weekly, but we do this all the time, yeah.
Like, we sat down today
4:30.
like 4:30, and we were just talking for like an hour before we actually started the show.
And then finally
about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and then finally Luke's like, I'm gonna hit record. We're starting.
I was like, oh no,
Like,
gotta
and
get the
that's
video stuff ready.
like that's when we were at Buffalo Wild Wings.
That's how it happened.
We were, I don't remember. It was one of us. We were just like, we're talking about this anyway. Why not just record it and see what happens?
Yeah.
And for some reason, people listen to us.
You guys listen and watch, and we don't know why, but we love you.
We
because of
appreciate it.
The fact that people watch us live on YouTube, it be at 5 to 10,
Yeah.
normally 5, maybe, blows my mind.
Yeah. The fact that
I am not a comic book writer or movie creator. I've never written anything creative unless you count my creative writing class in 5th grade.
I count that.
yeah, that counts for sure.
Well, I didn't do very good in it. But like, we're literally just fans.
Yeah.
That's why our name is What the
Fanboy.
Fanboy, and it's
Yeah.
kind of a riff on WTF, which is fun.
It's clever like that.
But like, we just love this stuff, and we want to interact with you guys, and
And I think
to be
that
able to do that is incredible.
one of the really cool things when we're talking about doing like a live show. Like, we just kind of decided to do it one day,
Yeah.
and
It was
it was
like a celebration for crossing 1,000, wasn't it, on YouTube?
yeah, it was, and it also happened to be the when we were reviewing Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Just coincidentally, but yeah, I think you're right. I think it was we had crossed 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and so we're like, let's just do a live one for fun. And we didn't really do any interaction, but since then, in talking, and one of the fun things for us, like we said, we just talk to each other, and it's fun when we were doing a live stream to be able to bring people in, even more people, and hear your thoughts, and in the chat, and be able to respond on the fly, or if it's a silly question,
I love the silly questions.
or you use inappropriate language, I'm just gonna type out a response.
Yeah. In talking about those live shows, I think one of the coolest things we ever did, and Luke, you weren't here until the end of it, but we did the Game Awards,
That was fun.
which was way longer than Brett and I had actually planned for.
I was here for like an hour.
Yeah.
And you got here like 2.5 or 3 hours into it.
Yeah, and I had a blast.
And I remember we were sitting there, and it actually did really well. And there was somebody from Panama talking to us, and I was like, man, this is really cool. Like, really, we were talking to somebody in a different country. This is awesome.
Yep.
And those opportunities are few and far between, but we get to do it.
Yep.
Yep.
So, thank you all
Yeah.
for sticking with us for 100 episodes.
And hopefully hundreds more.
Shout out to the people who have listened since that horrible Wonder Woman episode.
And kept listening.
And yeah.
Kudos to you
Yeah.
in our 4-hour long E3 episode.
Hey, this one's gonna catch up.
This will probably be our longest episode.
No. Well, yeah. Yeah, it definitely is our longest episode. I think our E3 episode is like
Longest episode.
2:30.
This has just been so fun,
Yeah.
and I can't wait to
Celebrate 200
celebrate 200.
Why not 150?
or
Let's do
150.
150. Just not as big as this one.
How about
Yeah.
110? No.
How about 101? Woo!
Also, for you people on YouTube, do you like the couch? Do you like the table? Let us know.
Yeah.
The couch is comfy, but I feel like I'm gonna fall back and just fall asleep. So
Yeah.
you let us know if you like the couch or the table better.
Also, I have to wear
I can't promise we're
presentable
gonna.
pants when we're on the couch.
Just need that little graphic to be a little bigger.
We'll adjust the bar.
Nobody wants to see our crotches.
I have a hole in the crotch of these shorts.
That's a special treat for anyone who's
Yeah.
stuck around this long.
Yeah. I'm not going to show you. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'll show you guys, not the video.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's kill this before we get to 4 hours.
No, let's hit 4. No, yeah, we'll stop. This is getting very lengthy. Once again, thank you, everybody.
Yeah,
Once
thank
again,
you
thank
so
you.
much.
Look for us if you are looking on one of the other things that, like if you listen on SoundCloud, you can watch us on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, you can watch us on or listen to us on iTunes or Google Play. We are everywhere.
Yep.
So check us out there. Just search What the Fanboy.
Check for we'll put the one specific one for the Captain Marvel giveaway. We'll put that link in description. So if you're like, I don't know how to search, you can just look in the description and click the link.
It'll be there.
The associated materials.
Yes. Until next time.
Yeah. Next time, the road to 200
Begins.
begins. Now.
See you guys.
Should I just add an echo effect?
See ya.
Bye.
Yes, absolutely. Add that go effect.